Welcome everybody.
So where?
To Dungeons and Dragons.
You know he's gonna say that? I had a feeling.
Seems like every week. I don't know, for
something inside told you
for like
that.
20 weeks in a row or so.
When last we left our heroes, Evendur, would you like to sum up what happened last week?
So a bunch of people were, oh gosh, this is gonna be difficult. A lot of people were injured. I flew back to the ship. Benjen and Rudy, you guys flew into the battle?
And Riven and Martha.
Riven and Martha.
Riven was
I was just flying to
You were trying to
see if you wanted to come out.
No, you fought. You had some crossbows.
you shot
Only because Benji was playing your character.
Oh, by the way, you have no more sleeping arrows.
If nothing else, these people have been helpful companions to go with, and it's in her vested interest to keep them alive as much as she can. So, continue.
And you guys try to save some refugees, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The town is being overrun by a lot of was it goblins?
We successfully defended the town.
Yep.
It's got to put marker right there.
I thought there was like.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. We successfully saved them.
Alright, everybody wins.
Everybody
80% of the town died, but
And 80% of the town's gone.
yeah.
No,
Actually,
we liberated the town.
The people
Sometimes
that
the goal is to just not die.
Yeah.
What else? Out of nowhere, I was able to summon this gigantic 30-foot python. His name is Arbok, and that was the most significant part of my team. So,
You came in guns
Well, you
blazing.
became leader.
yeah. And then I guess we picked up some refugees on the ship, and we're trying to find a way to, we're trying to find a place to resettle them, I suppose.
You missed the most important part, the Helm's Deep battle of Stephen, and then the airship attack.
Yep.
That you
Oh
did.
yeah,
Oh,
airship.
yeah.
We're missing the
Yeah.
airship sail. That's the whole reason we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rudy
Dropping
took
out
off
the
all of
sword.
his armor,
Yep.
right? And then comes back to battle,
Yes.
like mascara running,
Yes.
and
Wait, did he tell us
he turns
about
into an
his
eagle. The eagle thing.
Yeah, he transformed into this
That was the
gigantic
best
eagle.
part.
Nobody knew he could transform into this gigantic eagle. He started.
But he told everybody. No.
No.
He didn't tell anybody.
And he started.
He just started
up,
picking people up.
Yeah, all their players. He started picking them up, and then nobody had any idea what was happening. So they started attacking Rudy, even though he was trying to save them. And he got some damage done to him. He got beat up pretty
Oh,
badly.
you did lose your sword, right? Oh, wait.
I did, but I was totally awake when I lost it, so I know where it's at. No, I don't actually.
No, totally unconscious.
And
somewhere in the forest.
and it wasn't until like I started looking at the stats of Karnath's sword, I'm like, stupid. Like,
She got a chain.
well, the only thing I have is my dagger, right?
No,
So,
and you picked up a longsword.
well,
From
yeah,
one of the goblins.
magical wise. Yep.
Yep. Next time, chain everything to yourself. You just have everything dangling.
So, after the eagle took people back to the airship, Benjen, in his desire to please the gods of the afterlife, because he does not want to be a brick in a wall, flung himself over the side of the airship that had raised itself up in the air.
Yep.
Landed,
Didn't know that.
taking quite a bit of damage on the
Superhero landing, though.
Super
right.
3-point landing.
Yes.
I saw.
Yep.
Yes,
I did see.
Riven has dark vision, so she has no problem seeing that either.
And
Actually,
she would the whole time. She's like, "What an idiot."
He's like, what? No, wait. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked good, but that was really dumb.
So, ran back in the battle. The eagle finally lost all of its HP upon the last trip, landing onto the deck of the ship. The ship flies in over the city while Benjen and Martha are in there trying to organize the defenses and try and save as many people as they can and kill as many enemies as they can. And the airship came in firing firebolts one after the other from the 3 mounted cannon-like fixtures that are on the front of the ship. But as it was doing that, it was gradually descending its altitude. So it is somehow tied to the force that keeps you aloft. Airloft. Airloft
like
is
it.
not a word.
All
Now.
of
Air lost.
So that now that the energy has been expended, the airship slowly fell or lost altitude and is now resting on the ground inside the city walls where they have routed the enemy forces.
I was gonna ask that. Does anyone remember? Was it falling? Because we completely depleted the ammo, right? Or the energy that fed the cannons. And was it falling fast enough to damage the airship, or did you just go like a balloon?
It sounded kind of like a soft landing.
It was
Okay.
gradual.
Yeah.
Okay. And did it ever hit, or just slowly stopped?
Well, as soon as it hits the ground, it rests where that invisible barrier is that contains the elemental forces.
Okay.
So
okay.
that is there. It's about 10 feet off the ground where you
Okay.
can rope ladder over the edge and get
Cool.
inside. You hear shouting commands coming
Yeah.
from one of the female villagers.
What was that
that's still
girl's
in town.
name? The cleric girl or whatever her name is?
Oh, she was missing.
She is.
I thought
indeed
she was
missing.
alive.
Rathmus is indeed there.
Because
What's the city called again?
what was the city called? Remember?
It's your city.
It's where you grew up.
Yeah, your hometown.
Weidenstall.
What?
Weidenstall.
That doesn't sound right.
is the name of the town.
Okay, and then Rathmus, you said?
Rathmus is the wizard. Callie was the
I want to
dwarf.
see if I can find Frida.
Oh, okay.
Frida?
Yeah, she's looking for Freya.
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 That's it. Because we're that close.
Philip's
Nickname.
alleged lover. Love interest, woman, what have you.
Freya.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a perception check. She's not among any of the crowd that is there, either in the refugees that have made it to the ship or among the forces that have survived that stayed in the village.
9. 9.
She does not appear to be around in the area. And as you're moving from corpse to corpse, you don't see her among any of the dead either.
What was the girl?
I'll just keep that in the back of my mind. I'm going to look for her.
You do have to pick up Pete, so. Yeah, pick up Pete.
And you could loot people while you're doing that.
What do you mean?
You could steal stuff from people because there's still dead people everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing that.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's just like a standard?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm
Standard
breathing,
actions,
I'm
yes.
robbing.
Yeah.
What is the
Taking
girl's
all
name
the
again?
Things. Freya.
Which one?
No. The
cleric?
cleric.
Callie.
Callie.
Yeah, Callie. She
With
didn't
K
tell
or
you her
C?
last name, but it was pretty good. Just saying.
Okay.
Well, it was with a
Boy
K,
name.
but the
And it was-
point doesn't matter.
Ilmater.
It's with both,
Yes.
actually.
Okay.
Cleric of Ilmater.
CKA.
Yeah. H. There's an H
There's
in
a
there.
Q also.
P.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
like getting triple letters scores.
Okay. Rathmus, and then what was the town's mayor? What was his name?
Hammond.
Oh, he
Hammond.
is among the dead.
Yeah, who's definitely dead.
Okay, who takes over for him?
They are all
Rath?
looking to Rathmus for suggestions on what they
Was he a cleric?
He was a wizard. He was the village wizard.
Yeah.
The one we got the
Or
map.
yeah, like was he like a counselor or whatever
Hey, did I hear
He,
that?
of Hammond?
you can say that. It's not really like an official title or anything. He was the village wizard.
Okay.
So people would come to him for problems that they would need, wizard solutions to. He would also help with the defenses of the
Yeah.
town.
So KIA Hammond. Anybody else important?
There are 10 of the footmen who were there with their arrows and their swords that helped defend the town, and I do have names for them.
No. I'm just wondering. Like, okay, so Hammond's out. Rasmus is alive and kicking, and then Callie is MIA. Is anybody
Yeah,
else
missing.
missing? That's super important. Who is Freya again?
Freya was
My
the...
dad's
Lover.
girlfriend. After,
Right.
yeah.
And you were helping her cook inside her tavern that she had.
Oh.
She's the one that gave us all the supplies and
All the food that's gonna
rations
be
and all that.
Okay.
by all these people that we bring.
And she's MIA.
She is missing.
Has anybody heard if she's dead? She's just missing.
When you ask the survivors there, they tell you that citizens were leaving out the opposite direction from which the attack was coming, where they're mounting their defenses. So there were people who headed off into the woods before the combat started.
Yeah.
And then before the airship came down to start collecting refugees, and Martha jumped over the fence and told people to start going in towards the airship.
Okay.
Can you remind me again where this town is on the map? Is it north of
It's like
Is north of the Copper
Naledza
Hills.
Crags or north? Between Copper Hills and Naledza Crags.
Yes.
It's like in the
But it's-
mountains. We're in the mountains.
You wouldn't know the exact
The
location, but it is somewhere in
not
that
heading
vicinity.
Okay.
Okay. So how long has it been since the battle end?
The battle has just ended.
Oh, it's just
It has
ended.
routed,
Oh.
and and you have given instructions saying we need to make sails if we want to
Yep.
get out of here.
Sails,
And-
clean up, gather your stuff.
And
Find the bodies.
I'll be shooting up minor illusion every so often. It's the same.
Everything's
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Just,
Oh no. He wants to. He
Just-
wants to ping.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
just-
He wants to ping. Like find this
What's
place.
the cast range on that?
It's like 30 feet in the air.
And the whole town's leveled, so it's fine,
Yeah, just
right?
enough. So
It's just how tall is the building? Or
The
trees.
town's walls were like 15 feet tall,
Mm-hmm.
but that whole side it has been systematically torn down or broken down by the giants.
Okay.
However, it is still remaining around the rest of the town. That
it's
15
just
foot
dark enough you just see it.
Yeah.
palisade. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
The tower
What are we
that
gonna
was
do?
in the middle of the town, the top is completely broken off
Uh-huh.
and it is missing as well.
Does Rasmus have it under control?
He is organizing the people and
Okay.
having them move the bodies. And
The last thing we want to do is be seen as any kind of leader in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's like feeding a stray cat. Like you're never gonna get out of that thing. Okay. Find Callie. Find Freya. How important is it? You want to find Freya? Pretty important.
Pretty important.
So find Freya, find Callie, and find Karnath's twin.
And find the sword
Yeah, and then loot.
and loot.
Right? Okay, so who wants to do what?
And looting. Called it.
And looking for Freya.
Yep.
Okay?
I'll probably go with Riven.
Okay? You're gonna loot with Riven?
No, go find Freya.
That's gonna be awesome when that role plays out. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to find a new sail for the ship.
Okay. I want to go look for Callie, who I hope is by my sword or my longbow.
You were killed by her. It was killed by the sword.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's just there.
Oh.
And I'm like,
What happened?
yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
A sword fell on her.
I think that's what we're going to do, Benj.
Okay. Organizing your group.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Oh, and
begin-
Demitri would go look for who? Who's the other one? Was there somebody else?
Dimitri did not want to look for Callie.
So Hammond is dead. Freya, I don't know.
He might
I
just
don't
loot,
get.
honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is yet. I don't know. Like I haven't put in.
Right.
I don't know.
He was
It'd probably-
wearing
it'd
armor,
probably-
and now he's half naked. I don't know.
He was a bird.
Yeah.
He's moving around and he's talking to some of the townsfolk at the moment.
Okay.
And
Trying to
he's
tell him
not.
about Mythos.
He's not giving anybody really
Passing out.
Pamphlet.
any.
He's like, please leave my ship. Here you
Yeah.
go. Leave my ship.
People
not
are
like-
people are loading the boat on one side, and he's like putting it on the other side of the boat. I don't know. I don't know how kind he is, but I know he's true neutral.
He was trying to kick
True
people off the
neutral.
ship.
Right now,
Originally,
he's
yeah.
really upset at Gizmo.
Oh yeah, Gizmo.
Gizmo is trying to
is
establish
now
his
your
hierarchy.
Yeah.
Is Gizmo just following you now?
But it's totally
I don't know.
like,
He just listens to my commands.
Exactly.
Some of them.
Yeah.
but it's totally like benign. Like he's just following who he thinks the leader is.
Yes.
Because he asked him, "Are you the leader?" And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he told him, "Hey, do whatever Gizmo, do whatever you."
Yeah, Bender.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Aim at what
Yes.
Dimitri's aiming at, and he did that, and now he's
Tisk
He's-
tisk.
there on the deck of the ship, still kind of moving around and organizing things. There are the supplies there, and he's placing them in sections based on shape. And
Based on classification.
grains of rice.
Yes. He's super fast
It might
at
look
it, though.
like chaos to the untrained eye, but to him it is organized in the most
And we just like,
logical fashion.
I guess I just let him do whatever he wants. I'm like, I don't know what that thing is.
I'm entertained by it.
Yeah.
So, you are going to look for Karneth's sword in
Yeah.
the dark?
With a torch and can they spare anybody or no? I'll do it by myself if I have to.
They won't be able to really spare anybody.
Okay, so I'm going to use all of my hit dice then that I can.
Sure.
So I'll take an hour, and then I'll
Yes.
start looking.
So we'll take an hour for a short rest. You guys
Uh-huh.
can spend hit dice as needed. Did you even take hits?
No, she did not.
I'm good.
Fantastic.
Anybody remember how many hit dice?
Yeah. How much should we? How much do we recover?
You get whatever your class level you can die.
Yeah.
So
For people with multi-class.
Yeah, you get both. You use either hit dice.
Okay.
You really can just pick whichever one
No,
you
so
want.
basically, if you have like a like fighter and a rogue, you have like 3 level in rogue, you have 3 rogue hit die and 1 fighter hit die.
Right.
That depending on your level.
So D8 and a D6 or something like that.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Hit dice are based on your class, respectively. So,
Okay.
I'm glad.
does anyone have any questions?
Nope. I'm good. I'm going to use as many as I need
Yep.
to. Do I need to roll for them in front of you?
When you're ready, you can roll an investigation check with disadvantage.
Okay, even with my doodad, my torch.
Yes, because you don't know where you were when you were knocked unconscious when
Oh.
you let go of it.
I have a plan for that. I googled some old Boy Scout stuff. It's awesome. Okay, so I am doing. I have 23 hit
Perfect. All
points.
these
Okay. Sorry, this is the boring part.
They're all D8s?
Yep.
5,
that's perfect
7.
Nice.
For all my multiplets.
Riven, while you are looking for things,
I find this magical sword.
You're like, I'm gonna take that.
it looks strangely familiar.
This is mine. I
Found
found it.
it.
The name rhymes with Barnath.
Whew, almost healed all the way. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, I only had to use 3.
Yeah, I had to use all my hit die.
You did?
Yep.
Did you heal?
Yep.
I'm
Now,
trying to figure out.
So you just roll. You have 6,
Yeah.
and I would. What level wizard are you?
5.
And that's a D6, right? But a druid's D8. So I would use 1 D8 and then however many D6s you need.
So 5d6.
Yeah, but you roll them one at a time. Roll your D8,
Uh-huh.
then it's gone, and then you've got.
and then you have all.
You have to do a long
Wow.
rest.
So I can get all this HP back in just
Potentially.
one short rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Right,
roll
Benj?
all at once.
Yeah. That too.
Or you could. Okay, I'm making a new table. It'll be done in 8 months.
We have nets. We have
Yeah.
nets.
Yeah.
I didn't even
7,
think
I
about
like it.
that.
I'm keeping it.
I'll allow it.
Oh, I get my pack spell back.
All right.
Come on. Nasty.
While looting the bodies, I
Yes.
come up with 7 vials of potion, healing potion.
Nice.
What?
I don't know.
Oh. You multi-class? That's the first thing I thought.
Foxy, go lie down.
Oh yeah, you gotta pick a beat. You gained a beat.
What are my options on that?
Anything you want.
I got
Too many.
got a book.
Too many options.
You can't for attunement. You gotta have the long rest, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
No,
could've
just
No, 20
30
minutes.
minutes, right? Or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, 30 minutes for attunement.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Most people will do it during their short rest.
I shall do the same.
Okay. Alright, I'm good. Oh, and then are you ready for investigation? Or were you doing that first? Oh, sorry.
No, I gave that to her. You're looking at this?
Yeah, for disadvantage.
Yes.
15 and a 9 plus investigation 10.
10.
And then some of them have requirements, so you might have to
You
follow.
spend
Oh,
the rest of the evening.
fetch. No.
Holy crap!
As
all
soon
of these-
as soon as I realize that's what's going on, I go
You
and
pick
get
one.
A and I'm like, okay,
Or
I need you
either
to
pick one or you get two.
I need you to detect magic.
abilities
How long does
for
it last?
It just
A minute. Hold on. I
like
think
roughly
it's a
10
minute.
minutes or something.
Is it 10 minutes?
I gotta
That
look
would be
again.
really good if it was 10 minutes.
Duration 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I just walk around with that activated, and I can just
Yeah,
see stuff
so
going.
there's tons of magic items we could find.
Okay.
So
So I'm gonna cast it as a ritual.
And I wanna
While
run-
you're-
and I wanna-
you cast it outside the city, like right before you go, so you have more
yeah,
time.
yeah. So I'm gonna do. Okay, so once we get into the tree line, right? Wherever I think I dropped my longsword.
Yeah, close your
Right.
eyes and just.
Yeah. Well, just outside the city, and so we're gonna go like 10 paces, 11 paces, 12 paces, 13. Like, yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Systematically.
What's
making
the
a larger
range?
web
30
of-
feet?
30 feet, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 30 feet. Yeah, so 10
30 feet,
paces.
you just don't have 30 feet out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll allow
It
a
glows,
vendor to
right?
roll a straight investigation check.
Booyah!
But yes, it would glow.
I was telling my brother this
Right.
past week, I was like, so he didn't kill any of us, but I lost every single magic item I have.
25.
25!
You find the other twin.
Double star, right?
Yeah.
Moving from where you are,
Thanks.
like it's getting towards where it's the end of the 10-minute cycle where you know, oh, I'm gonna have to cast this again if we're gonna keep going, and you see the faint shimmer of magic at the end of your vision, just as the duration of the spell wears off. Moving over in that direction, you do indeed find embedded inside the side of a trunk of a tree is Karnath's twin sticking out from where it had dropped and had impaled itself into this tree.
Is it within? Can we reach it?
You're gonna have to climb up.
Yeah, I give it an old college
These
try.
natural ones now, just come.
Yeah. Can I use acrobatics? Or do I need to use its athletics?
Athletics. Acrobatics would be like doing somersaults. That
Yeah.
wouldn't help you climb a tree.
10.
10. Okay, you make it up to the first area, get to where Karnath's sword is, and when you pull it out, you do fall to the ground and take
Good thing you heal.
Yeah, it's okay.
5 damage as
Okay.
you land on your back, but clutching in
deserve
your
that.
hand Karnath's sword.
I tell
Ernest
a
win.
vendor, I'm like, don't tell Riven. I fell.
The
Okay.
townsfolk are moving amongst the city and aren't bothering with the dead monstrous characters, but they are grabbing their dead and they're bringing them into a pile in the center of the town and are saying words over their bodies, mourning for them. There are people who are beginning to trickle back into town, and the majority of them are children and women who have carried their children off into the forest to keep them safe. And with the sounds of combat that have clearly died down, they have moved back in and are beginning to help with the cleanup effort. Rathmus is also directing people to begin tearing out like sheets and blankets and bringing them all into center. It's not really a town hall per se, but it's the biggest building that they have, and they're bringing it all in there for the sewing effort that is going to be happening. To have your patchwork sale.
It's gonna have like Superman, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Blank with a pretty spot on it.
Pieces of Grandma's doily. What about so obviously somebody else needs to give it. I want to start looking for Callie after that. Oh, and then did I find the my bow?
Your bow was it magical?
Yeah. It
Oh, you
was
just dropped that
in
by
the
the
battle.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you found that
Okay.
easily. You didn't You knew where you left it.
Mhm.
Nobody ran off with it. Luckily.
Luckily, thank
It's
you,
actually a
Benj.
wooden one now.
Mhm, Yeah.
This is not the same one.
This is not my beautiful bow. This is not my beautiful family. So you are there, and you have those items.
Mhm. I just want to look for Callie, but somebody else can go.
Certainly.
Yep.
Martha, what is your character doing?
No, I was going with her.
Yeah,
Oh, looking through things.
Just looking through things. I was
looking for
yeah.
Freya.
Freya. That's what I was. She was stealing, but I didn't know. So I'm just walking around doing my.
So
my
I
illusion.
justify it in my mind, though. I'm like, these people would want me to have it. I'm
We're-
one of them.
Literally, we're going to be leaving in a day, maybe 2 days at most, and we aren't going to be needing to leave all of this here.
Exactly.
That would be wasteful.
It
Yeah.
would be wasteful.
Obama would be disappointed.
The majority of what you found was on the bodies of the intruders. The townsfolk mostly had on them their weapons. But if you move into people's
Their houses.
then you might be able to find more.
So what do you do, Riven?
Which I'm not opposed to.
Yeah. mhm.
Maybe people are hiding in there.
Maybe goblins have taken the precedence and are starting a B&B.
She doesn't need any help, Benj.
Oh.
A
So
B&B.
what I would like to do is, I have noticed like we don't have any potions. Like we're not able to heal very well.
This is true.
So if there's a way that I can like, not steal but borrow something from wizards that I might know they might have in their house.
You did not go to Rathmus's house, I don't believe. I think you were on the ship when Evendur and someone else, Demitri, maybe? Went to
Yeah.
Rathmus's house and you convinced him to give you the
Martha.
map. And Martha, but Riven was not there, I don't think.
And
So you don't know where specifically Rathmus's house was because he didn't live there when you lived there. You can make an investigation check to find a wizard's house, or you can go to the Temple of Ilmater. Those are both likely places where there might be potions found.
I would probably just go to the temple.
Okay, yeah, you head to the temple.
Do you think she's here? Do you think she's here?
She might be.
Oh, she is? Oh, okay. So I'm still doing the minor illusion. Like, okay, I'm trying to get as many people.
It is
Together.
still
That's my story, anyways. I'm like, if they're lost or
Sure.
they want to make sure all their loved ones are together, they'll go to the temple.
certainly.
But really, I'm just looking for potions.
Yeah.
You do see that the Temple of Ilmater, while it is small for a temple but large for a house, it's a big building, and it appears to be abandoned. So when you come up to it, the door is partially ajar, like whoever was in there left in a hurry and didn't bother closing the door behind them. So do you enter the Temple of Ilmater?
I do.
Okay, moving in. It is
Yeah.
completely dark. Martha, you do not have means to see in the darkness, so do you light a torch?
I'm just doing minor illusion. Hopefully it just puff of lights.
So minor illusion specifically says that it doesn't emit any light.
No light. Okay, let's see.
So while you can have like an illusion
torch.
of a torch or a candle, it won't actually emit any light for you.
Torch.
All right, you light your torch. The center of the Temple of Ilmater illuminates before you, and you see there are tables that have been knocked over and chairs that have been pushed out of the way, and the facility itself has like seating, and there's a shrine in the middle, and there are various religious-looking implements that are mounted on the walls, and the Riven, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Will I will. 17.
17. You do find, looking behind everything, and there's a room to the back, and when you go inside there is a small chest that has apparently some collections for the tithes of the Temple of Ilmater. There is Also a small shelf with what look to be different herbal like ingredients that you might use to combine and create your own types of healing potions or remedies of healing potions. And there is a rack with small vials, and you do see 2 vials still in the rack.
Can I take it all?
Yes.
Okay.
What collection box? I didn't see any collection box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Here-
a souvenir box. Yeah.
What do you see over there, Riven?
There's some potions I'm gonna grab. I think we might be able
Oh
to.
yeah. Should we bring it to the people then?
Yeah, we'll take it back to the ship. That way we can figure out exactly what they are. We'll take it to a vendor. You guys can kind of work that out.
All right. There
Is there any injured people around?
There are no injured people inside the temple. Nobody is inside. It appears to be vacant. Okay. There's that. What is everyone else doing?
What are we doing?
I'm looking for Callie.
Okay, I'll assist you.
Okay.
Spending some time looking through the city,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find Callie. You do not see her among the dead, and
Okay.
you do not see her in the people who have yet returned to the city.
Okay. Can we look out? Can I look outside? I'd like to look outside the walls.
Sure.
Quite a ways.
To continue just like searching into the woods. And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Call
Yes.
out to her and stuff.
You can certainly try. I
Okay.
would say make a survival check.
Okay.
Can I assist him with that?
It would be with disadvantage, so you'll just make a straight roll. So
Okay.
it would be with advantage with you. Disadvantage, it cancels itself out.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 10. That is the third 10 I've rolled tonight.
Looking out in the woods with Vendor's help, you lead a few refugees who are returning to the city back in and notify them that the situation.
Follow the flashing arrow.
Oh, right. You'll occasionally see
Yeah.
strange minor illusions appear in the town from her vantage point, but so far Callie has not returned.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Yep. That's it. I head back then, I guess, and try to start helping our friends.
Okay. Yeah, so the rest of the night, now it is extremely late. It's probably 1 or 2 in the morning, and the goblins, the orogs, the giants have not returned. You looking through the rest of the bodies in the field and everything, Evendur, of course, you cast Detect Magic. I would assume that you would do that and walk around through the dead.
Mhm.
You see the giant battle axe that one of the giants had glows with a magical emanation to it.
There's probably not much. I mean, we could sell it, I suppose. It is magical, but none of us can wield it. Can anybody wield a gigantic axe? The snake can, maybe, but
It is as
Well, how-
large as a small tree,
I mean, how many feet across was the axe?
how big is it?
about 10 feet tall.
10 foot tall. The head of the axe, was it 1 or 2 sided?
It is a
Double-bladed.
double-edged axe.
Boy.
Would you like me? I can identify it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
cast identify as a ritual on it.
Certainly.
10 minutes.
So,
So this is in the wilderness, or did you?
this is the one. This is the giant that had phantasmal force cast on it, and it went crazy, thinking that things were around it, and it started just killing everything around it in a
Okay.
circle.
Oh, so it's outside the front gates.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
It
For
is.
sure. Can your snake carry it?
I suppose you can drag it, probably.
What snake? You don't know what snake.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I have something
Yeah.
that can maybe carry
I
it.
need to look. I want to
Does
find.
nobody know about that?
Nobody,
No.
yeah, nobody knows yet. Yeah.
I want to find. I want to go to the library and rent a book on communication and teamwork.
there is,
Pure resource
there is
management.
one book that you
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, we're still casting it.
Yeah.
So we gotta wait for a second.
And we're heading back to shipwreck, bro? We're heading back to shipwreck? Or are we
Still in
for
the,
prayer?
just looking around.
Still looking for prayer?
Yeah. Well, looking in the temple, but if you're done, I don't think I'm good.
Yeah.
There's nobody in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. We gotta clean up that ship. It's kind of.
So I'll go find
It's kind of a lot of blood.
you guys
I want to. Oh,
smiling, real cheesy with my sword. We do.
I wanted to go to the bar or restaurant or whatever
Mhm.
where
Freya's,
Freya's place.
I'll go with you.
Yeah. Okay.
unless
If
you want to be
whip us
alone.
up some food.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go clean up the ship. I'm gonna cast three unseen servants. I'm gonna burn the rest of my spells. Just,
It's awesome.
This is called a vicious battle axe.
Oh goodness! Don't touch it.
Why not?
While identifying it.
Well, he's about to tell you one. It's yeah. Sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, it's called vicious for me.
So it does extra damage when you roll
Yep.
20 on your attack roll. So it just does an extra damage with it.
Cool, we can still sell it.
It is enormous.
How much does it weigh?
It would probably take 5 people to lift it and get it anywhere. It'd be like carrying a battering ram around.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well,
What's the?
The
So we're already here. All right. So we put a pivot on the front of the front of the ship.
Uh-huh.
So the ship, right?
just
Yeah. Well, the ship's like this, right? So you put the pivot in the front,
Uh-huh.
and we'll just anchor it to the back, and you could cut it, and it would. That'd be awesome.
I'm not even picturing what you're describing
Okay.
in my head.
So look. So you got
Benjen and Evendur have this conversation.
yeah.
So you
So
start
you have
throwing it out
the
snow.
boat, right? Okay. So here's our little boat.
Uh-huh.
So we do a little cantilever doodad here. We do the
Uh-huh.
pivot right here, and we have the axe like this. You haven't drawn. I've drawn this exact vehicle when I was a child,
Let me try something else first.
and we just tie it.
Let me just try something else first.
All right, you're
Remember
the
the
brains.
staff of
You're the
Python?
brains. Yeah.
Well, I could use it now. So go our boat.
What? That's awesome. Well, this is like what we do with it.
Yeah, I guess.
I think looks cool. The sail has like a little triangle. Sorry. Okay.
So,
Just an idea.
All right,
Yeah.
I summoned the gigantic constrictor snake, and
The townspeople attack it.
Yeah.
no. Is there who else who's within viewing distance of it?
Well, I mean, all of the townsfolk see.
I tell them not to panic. The snake is mine. It's my pet.
Are you gonna put a leash on it?
I don't know. I'll put
Like some dog tags or something?
yeah.
Just
Wrap a
hold the
scarf
tail,
around
hold
his
the
neck.
tail.
But I command the snake to try and lift up the axe in its tail. Is there a
That is awesome.
strength check I need to make use of?
So what color is your snake? What is it?
It looks like that, like a giant python, essentially.
That's
It's
amazing.
like 30 feet long.
I whisper to
It's
you.
pretty strong.
I whisper to you. I tell you. I really think that Eldrick's gonna be pissed when we don't come back with his staff.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Eldrick. He's the guy in Ithon he just loaned me that axe or that staff. I mean, we don't have to give it back to him, but I really think he's done.
You remember I purchased this from somebody.
You
somebody.
cast persuasion on him and had told him to give it to him to
Oh, a suggestion, right?
suggestion. That's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I gave him 500 G for. Was that the same
No, that was
person?
for something
That
else.
was for something else.
the point is,
you
let's
borrowed
just.
it, remember?
You talked him into it by saying that you were going to give it a story behind it, and so when you give it back to him, then he'll actually have a tale to tell when he's trying to sell it to people.
And I'm
I don't
looking at your
remember this.
snake, and I'm like, this is like the first session. You weren't really smoking mushrooms, were you?
It's been 30 years now.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I mean, I didn't think the snake was going to be that big. I just told him I was going to name a donut after him.
It's already been 3
Well, I don't
weeks.
know. I have no intention of giving it back.
No, I'm just saying, maybe I should pay him an interest. It's just, I'm thinking out loud, we don't have to. It's yours, without a doubt. But Anyway.
Arbok
Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah.
encircles the blade because when it tries to grip it with its mouth and drag it looks like it's hurting itself doing it that way. So it tries to coil itself around, and it is moving, but it's moving like 5 feet every.
All right, let's try this then.
So it's very slow going.
I'm gonna cast Tensor's floating disc, and let me read the description off here.
It's not.
As a ritual, it creates a circular horizontal plane of force 3 feet in diameter and 1 inch thick that floats 3 feet above the ground. The disc remains for the duration and can hold up to 500 pounds.
So
And-
you.
It moves. If you move more than 20 feet away from it, the desk follows you, so that remains within 20 feet of you.
I think we just solved our problem.
Yeah.
All right. So you go to.
I can't. I mean, he would have. I mean, 500-pound weapon, pretty big weapon though, for the giant, right? I mean, that's probably
Yeah.
not any bigger.
There's no way it's 500 pounds.
I'm
Is
just
it?
saying. I mean,
Yeah.
I
It
don't know.
is about. It's over 500 pounds.
So like a tire iron,
It's
like
just
a railroad tie.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know exactly. They're heavy though. Yeah.
It's the majority of the weight is the metal of the blade on the axe.
What if we just cut?
Why don't we just cut it and just take the wooden handle?
Which here is the magical part? Let's take that part.
I'm sure
It's
it's.
kind of like the whole thing.
I'm pretty sure it's the entire thing.
All of it glows when you have detect magic.
It's the magic part is actually just a ring on top.
You know, Demitri says
Oh, man.
Demitri says we should definitely take it and use it as an anchor. I think it's a good idea.
So how though? How are we gonna take this thing?
I mean, we
Arbok
can pick it up.
can't-
It only takes 5 people to lift it. So
You want to help Arbok?
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I'd like to be in back of the snake if I could. It's a big snake.
You'll hold the axe
So
part.
how, like,
Yeah.
how would it
Problem
work?
is
Like physically,
that
like
the airship is 10 feet above the ground.
Uh-huh.
So I guess the thing that you'll have to solve is how do you get something that weighs that much?
Well, not only that, but is there a like a weight limit on the ship? How much will it hold?
I don't think there's a weight limit on the ship. Definitely more than it'll be enough.
The ship is already really heavy.
Yeah, that's true. It has a lot of
The
people
ship,
on it.
no, the ship is like metal.
Oh,
Some-
but isn't it light metal though? Isn't that like super light metal? Is it like titanium? Well, no, I mean,
It's very heavy.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess we try.
Yeah, but
The giant was on there, but it wasn't going up and down at that point. It was on the ground when the giant and the Orogs had climbed on top of it. The giant probably weighs a ton.
Yeah, so we figured out. We can figure out like a lift system or a catapult. Somebody here asked them how to use. There's got to be a carpenter here who can help.
Can we polymorph it? Can you polymorph an inanimate object?
Oh,
you
that is a
cannot.
fantastic idea.
You cannot, unfortunately.
What if Demitri turns back into that eagle thing that he did and he
Can he
carries
carry,
it?
can he carry 500
Oh,
I
pounds?
don't know.
I was gonna try that. I was
What?
gonna try to polymorph it actually.
Oh yeah.
When you roll
Well,
it
what
up.
if you just polymorph yourself into a big tyrannosaur and pick it up and move it?
Can you do that?
Like,
No, I can only go up
To
to
your level. That's your CR.
like 20 feet, right?
well, it just needs to be an elephant, you know, something.
Dang,
So-
this thing is I thought this thing would be like only like 100 pounds. Or like
I
150
mean, I'd
pounds.
try. I would let somebody else do it.
Polymorph into a. Well, you wouldn't have known what that is.
I'm cleaning that the control console room where it's all the blood. I'm cleaning that room first. And the deck where Demitri bled out, cleaning that too.
That's good.
And,
Spotless.
yeah.
I'm looking up the size of a 30-foot snake.
Is it 30 foot or 20 foot?
It's 30 foot.
Probably 30 feet.
Well, it's 20, but he tells everybody it's 30.
No, look at that. You're saying that's.
I'm really not.
Look at that.
You want to look at a snake?
Nah, maybe Riven. She's crazy.
That's a gigantic snake.
It's gonna cost you though.
I
For
wanted
her
to
to
see
look
it.
at
I didn't
anything,
look
it's
at
gonna
it.
cost you a magic
There you
item.
go.
Move
Its
around.
head is as big as the
Oh,
upper
it-
torso.
Oh,
It
there's
picked
no way I
up.
can do that.
What it did is it picked up
You
a
can't like use suggestions.
like
or
a
something?
plumber snake.
on the snake.
Yeah.
To do what?
Oh look.
Move it? I
No,
don't know.
Oh well, yeah. I commanded it to try and move
Oh.
the thing, but it was too heavy for the snake.
Oh, look at
for
this
our
thing.
body.
This is pretty
With
big.
its mouth. It could.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
But that's a 20-foot snake.
Oh,
And that looks way smaller than this guy over here.
I'll be real honest with you. This is way outside of my frame of reference.
Yeah.
I had a 6-inch ruler last time, just so you
You
know.
did.
You know, it'd really help if you wouldn't remember those things.
I heard the little comment right here, 8-inch
Man,
sword.
dude, Photoshop is the best. Look at that thing. This is probably for real what it looks like.
So I picked up the linguist.
the guy.
feat.
Are those like action figures?
No, well, it's
So,
just Photoshop. Look
you
how
can use
small that
extra
guy
layers
is.
of that.
Is this how big it is?
Where can I
Yeah.
find
That's the little guy? That is awesome. See the little guy right there by the tank on the bottom? Yeah, this is how big he is. You'd think he'd be able to carry 500 pounds. I mean, I don't say it to his face. I'm
Don't
going to
worry.
tell you that when he turns back
Can't
to his
can't
staff.
understand you.
Yeah. Goodness.
So how far away from the airship are we?
123, 125.
It's not very far. The airship is right inside the town, and the giant that died was there at the wall of the town.
Did you guys see how big it is? Just FYI, next time we get put in prison because we have a snake.
So
That
what
one's
would
even
it
bigger.
take to have Arbok just like wrap his tail around and just drag it slowly?
I mean, it's slow. He can make it over to the airship. No
Okay.
problem.
All right.
The issue will be when you're trying to lift it onto the ship.
Well, I think we'll be able to make something. We can, if the mast, is the mast made of wood or metal?
The ship's mast is metal.
So that it should be able to handle, is there a carpenter, is he alive?
They all kind of.
Yeah.
They all are jacks of all trades.
Yeah.
When you're in
So I go to Erasmus and I say, if you could, this is what we need to do, we need to get this on the ship. Will it fit on the ship?
Oh yeah, it'll fit.
We just lay it flat and let people walk on it and build stuff around it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so we do use as a mast. What if we use?
Axle
Oh, the mast
sail?
is fine. Never mind.
The 3 masts on
Okay.
the ship are.
Oh, you know what we do? We don't even have to. What if we just carry it? We just need to get it to there, and then we can lash it to the boat.
Yeah, we do that.
We do exactly what Demitri said. We make it an anchor.
Make it an anchor?
Yeah.
Does the ship need an anchor?
Well, no, but it looks cool. I mean, imagine if we were flying and we came across another frost giant and you just dropped the thing. I mean, if we got good at that, we could
Yeah.
rule the world.
I guess so.
Anyway, yeah, I guess
it's definitely thinking out of the box, but I mean, we can make it happen.
what we need is a rope that's gonna
support it.
support, probably 1,000 pounds. There are no civil engineers here? Jeez. I hire a civil engineer.
They all died.
Hold on, there's rules on laborers.
Yeah.
We looked those up earlier.
I still think my drawing is the best. Or my idea.
It's the only drawing.
My idea is the best. You just awesome, dude.
looking up something for
Sure.
Rudy.
Either way.
Oh yeah, whatever you guys can make any use of it you want.
Well, let's
as
be
long as
honest.
it's-
We're gonna need your brains to do the math.
Oh man.
That's
Let's hope you
some,
take a backseat
that
on
there
this
is some
project. No,
calculus.
not.
That's some trigonometry and stuff. That we're gonna need to-
I wasn't too interested in the first place. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, too busy. Okay, so you're looking for Freya, right? We're going to the town, the tavern. Yeah. What was Freya's tavern called?
Freya's Tavern.
Freya's Tavern.
Freya's place.
P&F or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it appears.
It's like Waffle
to have
House.
been. Philip.
People
his,
get shot there all
the
the
letters
time.
of Philip's name were fading on it, and it was Freya's name was on there. Hey,
Yeah.
go lay down.
She's fine. Doesn't bother me. You gotta take charge.
So I'll go to the tavern.
Okay. You go to the tower?
Tavern.
Oh, the tavern. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Going inside, there are a handful of townsfolk that have made their way in there, and it looks like they are taking supplies from the back for their journey or to have for people to spread their meals out amongst themselves. And they
Are they eating and drinking, or
No,
they're just getting supplies?
they're grabbing supplies, and they looks like they're kind of going to their task very mechanically, like.
So do we know?
Can we? Shock.
Can we actually leave? Can the
no.
ship actually?
The ship can't move.
It can go up.
You have not yet tried to go back up.
Oh wait, and it can go 30 foot.
No,
They can go
But
30.
we ran out of energy, remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
we had
yeah.
to let
So we had to wait
rest,
till
let it
morning.
recharge, whatever.
So it's just me and her there at the hotel?
Yeah, so well, and 5 other people.
If you're okay here, maybe I should go tell Riven, or go tell Evendur to try. Before we promise all these people we can...
Yeah, so I'm gonna, I want to tell everybody to kind of slow their roll a little bit, because I think they all think we're leaving in a couple of hours, right?
Yes, that was the impression
Yeah.
that you gave them.
Well, no, we had decided a couple of days, or a day or
Right,
two,
'cause you
right?
need to
Yeah.
make a
Did we
sale.
did we tell them that?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I thought we told Rasmus.
Yeah, right.
You told Rasmus that you were leaving the next
Rasmus.
morning.
So, okay. So,
Um.
do you want me to go tell him? Do you want to keep looking for Freya and I'll go tell Evendur to try?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I kind
Or
of want to
should it-
just
should it
hang
stay
out
with you?
for a minute, and kind of calm everybody down,
Ah, okay.
and just have everybody collect their wits, and get a meal, get some drinks.
What's in your
Do
pockets?
you want to go? Do you want to go back together then?
Go back.
We're
He's
at,
with
we're
you
at the
at
inn
the
right now.
Yeah.
We're at Freya's inn.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to stay there.
Okay, but
And the
nobody
tavern?
else is going to stop. Everybody. Okay, just the 5 people there is what you want to tell them to chill.
Yeah. I want to tell them to chill, and then tell them to go spread the word while we sit and have a beer.
Huh? I'm thirsty.
That's what I was thinking. If they see us calm down, maybe they'll.
Yeah,
Sure,
Kinda
yeah.
that's a
calm
good
down
idea.
a little bit.
Let's just do a persuasion check. Why
Who
not?
am I persuading?
Can I
The townsfolk.
aid her?
Yes.
Because I do agree it is a good idea.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
Why
Natural one.
don't a natural 1?
Yeah.
So you
So-
can roll, or you
Yeah,
can roll
because I have
again.
actually
Nice.
pretty good persuasion, I think.
They're gonna be like, she's
Or better yet,
Plus 5.
what would you say to these townfolk?
Oh,
to,
if I could not roll, that'd be awesome.
to cheer them up, to get them in higher
Oh, to
spirits.
cheer them up? I think this is Riven's idea. Maybe she should try.
I would
It's gonna
to
be so
cheer them
bad.
up.
Improve morale, we'll say. Not necessarily cheer them up, but to improve the state of morale.
I would tell them that we have been up in the ship. I have taken my carpet up in the air. Totally a lie. And I don't see any signs of any enemies in this area. I think that we've taken they're taking a huge loss, and so we're going to take some time to gather our supplies, calm down, get a plan, maybe send a runner to the next town and let them know that we're coming and prep for our arrival.
Are these all humans?
Yes, they are all humans.
Are they bothered the fact that she's a tiefling, or do they know her?
They don't appear to be bothered by the fact that she's a
Okay.
tiefling.
Okay.
But
I'm not a
you
frost
don't
giant.
you don't recognize any of them. So there was only a handful of people that you did recognize when you came back into town, and none of these people are any of them. After you tell them that you've looked and that it doesn't look like there's any danger in the immediate area, and for them to go kind of just spread the word to everybody can calm down a little bit.
We're not in a rush.
Take it
We're going to
slow.
take a couple of days to patch up our ship, get the sails working, make sure we know how to operate it, and then we'll go.
Certainly. One of the guys reaches back, grabs the bottle, and says, "Thank you so much for everything that you did for us. It's just such a waste."
And I just tell him, I wish we could have done more. And I take the bottle and I pour it for him, but only half a glass, and then I take the rest.
Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, if there's
He
not
takes the mug and heads out into the night, and the others follow him, and you begin hearing them start moving amongst those that are outside.
when they leave, I look at Riven and I look in her eyes and I'm like, that's the nicest thing I've ever seen you do.
Yeah, I have a little bit of empathy for these people.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Going back behind the bar.
She's all.
Guys, just spread the word.
Yeah.
Spread the word. You go back behind
As
the bar.
she's looking for the good
Yeah.
liquor.
Looting bodies still along the way.
There is gnomish fire whiskey that's on the bottom shelf.
Oh no, I can't. I'm too old to be drinking that
I
stuff
guess
anymore. Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to pour some for you, but that's like Jägermeister. I can't. I'm too old to be doing that.
We're not going anywhere tonight. You're all right. You can handle a glass.
No. Okay.
So,
Okay.
there's that. There's an old corked bottle, but you don't see what the label is, so you're not exactly sure what's in there. But it looks like a very aged.
A gourmand could pop it, smell it, think it, look, and see what we got.
This
Can I-
is true.
Yeah. Can I?
Use your
What do you mean to-
tools. Use
Yeah.
your tinker tools.
What do I
Proficiency.
roll?
So add your proficiency bonus.
3 to whatever I roll.
Yes.
Okay. 21.
21.
18 plus 3.
Uncorking the bottle. Man.
It's just hot death.
Yeah.
It is a vintage of elven liquor
Mm-hmm.
that.
It's like brandy for. It's like sweet.
Well,
For
it,
sure.
it is sweet and it does burn,
Mhm.
but it is used traditionally in elven wedding ceremonies. So it's a
Okay.
very special vintage.
Why would that be there
Interesting question.
in a town full of humans?
Have you told us that? Have you told me that Freya's your
Yeah,
stepmom?
yeah.
Yep.
I've shared that with.
But do you?
Well, she's not my stepmom.
She's not my mom.
Yeah.
So this is. I mean, this is Freya's place, yes.
Yes.
So do you?
So I feel like
do
if
you-
she's around, she might come back here.
It look,
That's kinda why
do
I
you,
wanna-
Do you think that are we close enough for me to like propose things without you freaking out?
Sure.
Do you think that
You can try.
that Freya and your father got married? I mean, this is old. This is ceremonial.
I
Almost.
feel like she would have told me that, and she didn't mention that. She just mentioned that he kind of lost his mind whenever.
Maybe it's something they wanted to tell you in person. Was your father rich? No. No. It was Freya.
No.
How much does this bottle of wine cost?
Oh, it would be hard to put a value to it because it's rare. It's not really something that's sold.
Mm-hmm.
It's more, if you were to get this from an elf, it would be a very honored gift from them
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah. So I realized you can't buy this, and I give it to her. It's her mom. Or
She's not my mom.
what was your dad's name?
Philip.
Philip the Tiefling.
He was
No, it's human.
Freya's a Tiefling.
No, my mom.
Oh yeah. This is the
Was a
third time you've
devil.
explained it to Benjen.
Benjen.
It's
Wait,
like
hold on.
I told you I shouldn't be drinking the fire whiskey.
Like,
All right,
even
and
started.
it's just
Does that skip a generation?
Elvish, yeah. So it's elven. What is it?
Fire one.
It would be like a.
That's the gnome stuff.
Well, there's fire whiskey, but then
So that makes me
there is
wonder-
also elven fire wine, but this isn't even that. This is a traditional elven wedding liqueur.
That makes me wonder what they were into. Like, what. Did they go on some adventure and then get rewarded that? Or did. I don't know. I'm curious.
They totally went to
Yeah.
Vegas and got fish.
Yeah, they might. They
I
might
think
have.
it's an
They might
elvish
have.
impersonation.
You're the one that grew up here. I don't.
That
I
just
don't have
seems
any
very
idea.
out of place.
No, I'm telling you, this is out of place.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be here.
So
The
if we
fire
don't-
whiskey is expensive as well, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
That is more on the market, though.
Yeah.
Dwarves will often use that in their drinking games because it
Oh,
gets
yeah.
you drunk a lot faster.
Oh, do you think maybe Demitri would like this? I don't even
Absolutely.
know. He's a religious man now. I don't even know if he drinks.
Oh, he had a change of heart.
You know what? This is yours. You need to decide. I'd give her all of it.
Where is Demitri?
I think
what
he's kicking people off the boat. That's what
People
we're
keep
joking
coming
about.
up and
Yeah.
he just pulls up the rope ladder and
Yeah.
is talking
Boat's
to Gizmo.
closed.
Yeah.
No, I am boss.
I am boss. Say it again.
Yeah. Did we get
So-
on the sword by the axe thing?
Oh yeah. So did Arbok and I get to the ship?
Yes, you take the giant's axe to the ship, and the snake isn't really good for like pushing things
Yeah.
or like picking things up.
Can I use the 4 unseen servant because they together they can pull about 200 and something pounds.
You can
To
certainly
pull the
try.
snake?
The
Bait.
with the snake's help.
Yeah.
What?
With a
Why
combined
don't
effort.
we just? Why don't we just try to? Well, I'm not there. Sorry. Good.
You are able
Carry
to
on.
get the axe handle propped up against the side of the airship,
Uh-huh.
and the snake goes up it onto the ship and winds around it and begins constricting around the mast and trying to pull itself up.
I tell it to stop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try something else. I'm
The
gonna
unseen servant pushes from the bottom.
cast fly on
All
Arbok.
four. All four will help.
I don't know this will work.
Yeah, Dimitri's going to help too. He's athletics +7.
And he said he wants to see if he can speak to the elements.
Oh, he
Yes, I already answered him.
heard nothing.
Oh.
Do not respond.
I'm gonna cast fly on Arbok. Is there any effect?
He throws
So-
up. It's like when your dog it like goes in the car.
It says here, you touch a willing creature, the target gains a flying speed of 60 feet for the duration.
Man, you know what'd be cool is if you could do that on a dadgum axe.
Well, there's telekinesis.
Oh yeah, totally different, I guess.
And
Huh?
that specifically moves objects. This has to be a willing creature that you touch. It gains a flying speed of 60 for duration.
Can you like
Oh.
cast a spell on it to make it to shrink it down?
Shrink
Yes.
the snake?
No, the
Yeah.
axe.
The axe.
There is a spell called Enlarge/Reduce.
And I do
Don't
not
tell
know
Benjen.
Hey, look, I've never had any complaints.
And can I triple up on this now?
Yeah, alright.
So you could, in theory, reduce a target
I said
size
enlarge, not reduce.
Yeah,
in half.
I've already got that problem.
Wow, interesting. That would be
So what do
one
you think
way
Freya
to do
need?
it.
What does she have? What does she need to? What do you want from her?
To see if she's alive first. of all.
Other than that, though, like
See if she can tell me anything else about my dad.
So, fly has no effect.
oh, because he's missing.
You
Yeah.
cast fly
Where's your
on Arbok,
You don't know.
and it begins trying to fly. However, it reaches its limit when it's wrapped around the handle, and straining itself, it isn't able to get it up more than maybe a few inches off the ground.
No.
So it can't
No.
fly though.
It could potentially, it might hurt itself if it tries to get it up all of the
I'm just
10
kidding,
feet
by the
over
way.
the lip of
Would the unseen servant float up with it, and it can push?
Can unseen servants fly?
It
Believe
doesn't
they
say.
float, don't
Yeah,
they?
float. It doesn't say apply or walk.
Doesn't say they can't.
Doesn't say they can't.
Is it like float like they're levitating on the ground, over the ground?
I'm good.
It
Thank you.
really
Yeah.
does not say.
These are a lot of semantics that I am going to have to just.
thing spins, by the
let
way.
me look up unseen
Oh, yeah.
servant.
Rudy wants to help as an eagle.
Oh, as an eagle.
So that
You
eagle
can
comes
pick it up with
back.
his talons.
We see if you want to.
And
It
Martha
does
would
not say.
shoot at it.
Yeah,
It's a-
everybody like
Immediately.
has PTSD from the eagle. I mean,
It doesn't say that it's floating. I don't see that it says that it's floating. So I will say that the unseen servant is indeed underground. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Please, just one last piece.
I'll take it if nobody.
It will distract me. It will distract.
Okay.
This takes all of my attention.
Sorry.
I can't chew and.
So what do
Dungeon
we?
Master.
What else do we find in the tavern?
So other than drinks, there are salted meats that are in the back that
Pack
can
'em.
be used, to eat.
Well, it's like a ton of breads, like little breaded pastry things that you made.
While you were there in the evening,
Oh.
you used your expertise and started baking up some goods.
You know, it's just something I do when I get stressed.
Yes, that is something.
I'm munching continually, by the way, on this.
You made the equivalent of Cheez-Its. And
Yeah.
are
Cheez-Its.
snacking on them.
What
So-
we need is some dip and some tapas or something like that.
Okay, which ones?
So there are cheeses, there are salted meats,
So
there
they're
are breads.
Anything of value or significance? Any letters?
I already have common. I already have burn.
I won't even say you need to really make an investigation check. Inside
You have been trying to talk to
the
her.
room where it is apparent that she has her bed here or whatever, there is a desk drawer. There's also a place where her clothes are kept, and in the drawer of one of those.
Not
And I was
not
thinking, giant.
like not
or
perverted at all.
outboard or
But does she
something?
have
'Cause I don't know if anybody knows
like
how to speak to them.
bridal undies? Does she have any lingerie or anything?
Doesn't appear to be any of that.
Okay. How old is she? Or was she?
She's about 60.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anybody else.
So, the. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else. Just
Hold on. No. She was like 40.
40?
Which one?
Yeah, she should be.
In her mid 40s.
So I do ask Riven if she can like
But now you
check
can
for
find
false
out that,
things, hidden stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
What Riven wants?
Going through Freya's drawers inside her bedroom.
Her draws.
Jaws.
What would
There-
Riven want?
There is it looks like a personal history, like a journal that she's been keeping.
I take it.
And there are 2 letters that were addressed to her that are written in Philip's handwriting,
I open them right away.
dated 20 years in the past.
Unopened?
They are opened,
Oh.
but she has placed them back in the envelope and has placed them in there. It's apparently
I open them and read them immediately.
Okay. I will have to message you what those letters say inside them. The gist of them is it gives a brief description of what he is doing to look for Haven, and says that he found a lead that might lead to where the person who took Riven was, and this.
Do you read that out
was-
loud?
No, she's reading this in her head. This was in the Bastion of Ulm, where he is writing from. So, he says that there was a man who has been contracted to find devil girls and to take them and to sell them, and so he's been trying to track down that guy.
This is like the third plot twist where Benji has had like enslavement of races. Super racist.
So, but there's been a little hint before about him heading to Bastion of Alms.
Yes.
So,
What did you say? Bastion of Holmes? What was it you said? I didn't hear you. What?
Nothing.
Oh.
cough. That's all.
Bastion of Ulm.
Like holding her grandma's panties.
She's not my grandma.
I'm sorry.
My
Oh,
mother.
okay. Demitri is going to try and help as an eagle.
Oh, with her axe?
Yeah.
He's gonna
You
slice
are,
his talent.
with all of your everyone in this coordinated effort, you're finally able to get the axe up over and onto the boat, and it's there, and everyone it gets a point of exhaustion for their effort, which will remove after you take a long rest.
Except Martha, because she used her unseen servants.
Right. All the
And I'm not
unseen servants have a point of exhaustion until they disappear. So, at this point, it's like 3 in the morning, and people have spread the word, and they begin moving into homes to sleep for the evening.
How long
We should take a
have
long rest,
you and
too.
you and Philip and Freya? How long have they been together?
So, they were together for only a few years before I was taken,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that he.
You were taken.
Mm-hmm.
Who took you?
Did I not share this with them?
I don't know.
No, you haven't shared this with anyone.
What are you
Oh.
talking about?
It's a long story. We'll have to let these drinks kick in.
I'm gonna head over to the tavern also. Just make my way over there.
It would make sense. You would want to see if there's
You
any
would.
liquor around. These shrooms aren't doing it for me
Yeah,
now.
starting to wear off.
And apparently so I was taken. My sister was taken. I was taken.
I know your sister was taken, but I didn't
Yeah.
know you were as well.
I think I had suppressed that memory.
Mm-hmm. How old were you when it happened? What's the last thing you remember?
I was like 13, right? Something like that when I was taken. And I was trained to be a fighter, like I am. So
How does that pair up with her current age and the war?
Well, we don't ask Riven how old she is.
That's
Yeah,
why I
that's
asked the DM as I look at her, and I've known her for however long.
It's she's
Is that where you learned how to deal drugs?
I think I just picked that up on the side. Yeah, but I learned to not care. I learned to be very stoic.
Yeah. So where did they take you? Where?
So I don't remember the details. They're slowly coming back to me on where I was taken, who all was with me, why, what the person looked like.
And your sister, you haven't seen her since?
Haven't seen her. Yeah,
Did she,
no signs.
This is silly. I don't know anything about tieflings, but did you? I mean, have you always looked like this, or did they do something to you that made you look like this? I don't know
This is
anything
just
about.
me.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've always-
Martha's thrown his whole brain off how people's age works.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Martha
And where's
is
your?
putting away all the drugs on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, hide all the drugs.
Wait, you say you threw them away?
No, hiding them.
Oh, they say you threw them away.
Riven
Rape
really.
people on
Yeah.
the ship.
So what do you?
Yeah.
How long have you?
So he left, apparently, according to Freya, after she and I met
Mhm.
up here in the tavern. He took off maybe within the next year or so after both
After
of us
you were gone?
Were gone, yeah.
But she hasn't seen him in that long.
It's been
Oh,
a
wow.
while. Yep. No one's seen him or heard from him. And I suspect that these letters might be some of the last ones that
What does it say where he was? Where he went?
it does. I haven't read the other one yet, but one says that the one was sent from the Bastion of Alms, which is kind of where I think we should go after this anyways.
How many shots have we had of fire whiskey?
Mind the
Probably
tavern?
2 or 3 only.
Yeah, you would make it there. But
So
But then
Mind if I
Evendur
join you
shows
guys?
up,
yeah,
Mind if I join you guys?
and we get another one.
yeah.
Come on in.
All right.
So, am I drunk after 3 shots of gnomish fire whiskey?
roll a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
5, 19. Mother-
Yes.
It's actually, it's just the 5 because I have advantage. Okay. I want to tell you something. I don't know anything about your past.
Well, it was a serious conversation.
But and I'm holding like Freya's drawers in my pants. But I'll go anywhere with you. Whatever you need to do, we're gonna find him and we're gonna kill the people who took you, and we're gonna find your sister.
All
And
right.
pass out.
Yes, he is now
Just
on
like
the
pat him on
floor.
the head on
Yeah.
the floor. I don't try to pick him up or anything. I'm just like,
Well,
oh.
roll me on my side at
adorable.
least, right?
He's not going to remember this conversation in the morning.
Yeah.
No, none of it.
I never said we're like flying to like the 9 hells. I would never told you I was gonna go here.
Yes, so Evendur, yeah, you make it there. There is.
I also
someone
tell
finds-
Riven, you're the only friend I've ever had since the war.
All right,
I'm drunk when I say that.
Sharon smoked.
I give him a hug. You just pat him on the head, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's
you're
how
drunk.
she's like hugging.
you're
I'm like,
drunk.
and then when she lets go, it's just total dead weight.
Yes, that is how that happens. Demitri is there with Gizmo.
I do put Freya's drawers. Take them out of your hand and put them back in the drawer.
That'd be a lot funnier though. Like when you wake up and it's like, what did I do?
We got to carry him back now to the ship.
Oh, why are they wet?
No, well, she's about to tell you that we're not going.
We're not going
We're not going where?
anywhere.
Why? What did I miss?
Where are we gonna go? How are we gonna get there?
I don't know. I thought we were supposed. I thought you guys were.
Ship?
Yeah.
No,
As this argument's
we're
going
not
on,
even
it's like,
So
Well,
I
mean,
need to. I
okay.
tell you. So I'm like, first of all, hold up. You're a little too wired. I need you to take another shot.
All right, fine.
Okay,
You not to tell me
secondly-
twice, yeah.
We don't have any
Steak.
sales
Steak.
yet.
Well, didn't we have a bunch of people like sewing like the blankets
They're
together?
working on it, but then you got to test it out.
Yeah.
So and everybody was freaking out here in the tavern. So I just told everyone to chill out. We're not going anywhere for a couple of days.
Okay, I can wait. I can wait. That's fine.
Make sure our ship is repaired.
Yeah. All right.
You can,
So
you
we
can take
need
it for
to-
a test drive.
we need to check with him because it was, I think it was Demitri that wanted to get out of here, so they didn't come back, right?
Yeah. So,
So-
that's what I thought the original plan was. I thought we were
Yeah.
going to evacuate this place. take
Is
refuge
Demitri
somewhere
okay
else.
Well,
with
he's all upset about the
Uh,
guy. Was it the I want to say Dothraki, but that's not it. What's it called? That's the wrong one.
Who are we talking about? Rasmus? What? Sorry, I missed it. What was going on?
Who's the guy that he killed and smeared his blood everywhere?
No, that's the.
Oh, the Githyanki.
Get Yankee.
Oh yeah, that's what you're clean. Well, part of it.
That's
The unseen
what
servants, yeah.
Dimitri's freaking out about.
It was filthy. Now it's clean.
And the drugs are in there. So.
Alright, so
They're in the closed control room.
we'll stay here.
Rudy said nope.
Nope. What?
Nope, what?
I don't know, to whatever question you asked.
Staying
Nope.
longer.
He's not.
He doesn't want to stay longer.
Yeah, I know that.
No, he's not.
But he doesn't fly the ship, Rudy.
Yeah, you're just a passenger, Rudy. I'm sorry. And Gizmo's the
Oh,
co-pilot,
okay.
so.
He is saying that he thinks that the Giants are going to bring more.
Oh.
That's why Martha's on the ship.
He says to no one. Wait, hold on. Martha's on the ship. I was like, wait, who's there with him? He says to Martha, "We're going to need to leave as soon as possible because
I'm waiting for everybody else to go back on the ship.
the Giants are going to be coming back."
Because I don't know where everybody is. I didn't know our plans changed.
Now, if
They're sewing as
if you can
fast as
actually
they.
drive it
Yeah.
I can drive it.
tomorrow,
I'm
so
if you can fly it.
So like the wind.
Unseen
Just feel like
servant.
we should
Just
test
unseen-
it
Oh,
before we
yeah.
like blow it up the village, right?
Yeah,
Or, like,
so-
try to go somewhere.
So
In the
tomorrow I
morning-
wake up, I cast Unseen Servant
I'm just gonna,
7
we're gonna go back to
times.
ship. We're gonna test it out.
Yeah. Right.
Oh gosh, this mess. Gosh. So the frozen statues that were on there have been knocked off, and their pieces. The one that had shattered into 1,000 tiny shards, that has been all cleaned up, and the deck looks clean. You don't know how sanitary it is, but I mean that's whole.
That's the Unseen Serpent, the precipitation everywhere.
Yeah.
Precipitation.
They're doing whatever they can
Yep.
to get it clean, and
It's cold enough, it'll kill all the bacteria, right? That's how it works.
I am assuming at this point we were all taking a long rest.
Already on it.
Yep.
Yeah, Benjen is indeed taking a long rest. Actually,
Long
Where are we
rest.
resting at? The tavern itself?
Long rest.
it's up to you. Wherever you would like to take a long rest.
I want to go back to the room. We had rooms.
Yeah,
Right?
didn't we rent rooms or something
Yeah,
like
like the previous night.
They may not be there anymore though.
Yep,
like
they probably got
destroyed?
built up
Well, I
by-
think most of the you said most of the town's still okay, right?
The
Just like the
majority of it
fences
is, yes.
and walls and stuff.
The northwestern side has been decimated.
Just the number of people, there's less.
There are less people than there were.
Less traffic, you know. It's okay.
Martha's staying on ship because she remembered the last time she was off the ship.
So I go back to the room
Seven-
that I
six.
had, and I want to put that
You can roll a d10.
removable horse ride
Oh, no.
in front of the door.
3.
On the inside.
300
Block the door.
Yeah, so nobody can.
giants come.
Yeah.
All right.
So
You're-
Good thing I'm on the ship.
Hold on. Did your mom go missing at the same time you went missing?
What happened? Did my mom die? I can't remember. Did she?
Your father never spoke of your mother.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about her.
Okay.
You just knew that you didn't have a mother in your life growing up. Philip was apparently taking care of
Your
you.
mother was demon.
And
Yes.
are you sure that Philip's your actual? I mean, he acted like your dad, but maybe he wasn't your dad.
I have never questioned that.
You're like, one less thing I didn't think about before you,
Thanks.
Benjen. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Benjen.
He kidnapped you, so then you got kidnapped back.
Yeah. So do you think?
Oh, that would be messed up.
Benji's like, great. That's the whole campaign gone. Roll a new character, Riven. So, okay, so
Then I might just turn evil if that happens.
your dad. Oh, this isn't you evil.
No. Yeah, I'm not evil.
So so your mom never met her,
Never met her.
right? Your dad, you think he was your dad anyway, drew
So
you up
that's it.
here in the Copper Hills. You were captured, and then you were captured for how long?
Like 10 years.
10 years, so 23.
At
Okay.
least, yeah.
They're
And how did you get
reindoctrinating
freed? What happened? You're trained as a fighter.
How did I get free? I think I
I don't know. Are you? No, this was a conversation before I pass out.
think I
You're
did. I
there.
kill the guy?
Okay.
I think I killed him.
You were with
Or I escaped.
Radford, and he took you on a hit job to smash and grab, like go into a temple, take some stuff, and you were in a place where you finally were able to see that he was going to be overrun by guards if you shot him like in the leg.
Yes.
And so once you did that, he looked up at you and gave you kind of like a nod, like, "All right,
Well played.
well played."
Taught
And
you
then
well.
He
they
was your
sliced him
captor,
down.
though.
Yes.
What was his
No,
name?
not the guy, not the main guy.
He was one of them?
But he was one of the
What was his
my
name?
trainers.
Radford.
Radford.
Sounds a lot like Rathmus.
Does it?
Oh gosh.
That doesn't. No.
Rathford.
Radford.
Oh, Riven would remember what Radford looked like. Rathmus does not look like him.
What about
I mean, he has a wizard.
Radford was?
No, Rathmus, but he could have
Yeah,
been.
Radford was
So, and who was the guy, the main guy that you were capturing?
I don't know.
And then, so when
He was
you
like a-
escaped, how much longer from the time you escaped to the time the war, the Great War?
Not sure. It all kind of blurs together.
Amber doesn't know, or Riven?
Riven doesn't know.
She's
Oh,
on
wow.
a bender. She was just on a bender.
When did you and I meet? It was during the war, right?
During the war.
Yeah, because I think what the backstory we had made is
I
like
think we were smuggling.
you were helping
Yes,
us
smuggle stuff.
find crap
Yeah.
that we couldn't get because of the war. You were just the soldiers and stuff.
She was smuggling contraband.
So how much between
So it wasn't. It
when
wasn't
you and I
too
met
long.
to-
It was. I know that it was not like 10 years or anything
Mhm.
between when I was free and then when I went to support the war. Maybe.
How are you not
A couple
more screwed
years.
up? Is what Benjen's thinking. Like,
Well,
that's
you're about
messed.
to make me more screwed up.
That's
but I
messed
find out
up.
that's not my dad.
Hey, that's just an idea. I just
Sprinkle.
was. This is a lot of fire whiskey, right?
So that's why I'm
Just tell me I
kind
don't
of.
need to stay in this room.
Yeah.
Just tell me I don't need to stay in this room.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of. I don't have a problem with looting dead bodies and killing random people.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
In the big picture, it's not that big of a deal.
I'm kinda
What is
okay
your
with that.
like mechanically? What's your alignment?
Neutral
Ish.
ish,
That
slightly
stuff
evil.
happens. Jeez.
But also, if I feel strongly towards something, like then that's what I do. So I don't.
So how do you find out about your evil heritage, your devil heritage? Is it just stuff that it just happens?
It's. I have demons. I've had some speak to me, to like give me
More
insight.
more on the
Yeah. That's like one of the things you say in the first couple of like
No, you
times
don't.
we hang out.
No, it
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
It didn't happen until recently. So the first time
Since you
that
and
Evendur and I smoked the whatever it was that we had.
Dreamweed?
blue
Yes.
Dreamweed.
Do you think that was real though?
Yeah,
I'm really hoping mine wasn't real.
I'm pretty sure it's real.
Another
Mine
shot
felt
of fire
very
whiskey.
real.
Yeah.
And then you pass it on.
Yeah.
So that was the first time that it really came back to me since I've been gone and since I've been like as an adult.
What does it mean for your after you die? Are you destined to go to one of the 9 hells?
Probably.
That doesn't bother you at all.
Yeah, that's who I worship.
Are you kidding me?
I'm good with that.
You worship
Let
the
me tell
devils?
you about this.
Yeah. This?
Yeah,
Who is this?
it's a good person. It's a good guy. Likes to blackmail people.
Can I roll an insight check?
You can roll an insight check.
Insight check. Are you being for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who did you think I
Should've
worshipped?
picked different
I'm
allies.
half devil.
19 plus 1.
All right.
Even with the fire whiskey.
How drunk were you?
You can tell him whether or not you're still.
Are you being
tell him-
totally straight?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel that. So I'm not trying trying to convert anyone, right?
Well,
It's like I don't talk about it.
Yeah. So why am I destined, if I die, to end up as a brick in the wall?
I don't know.
And
I don't
then
know
you get
why
to
you
go,
did that. I don't
like,
know why
what?
you chose that path.
But I didn't choose the path. That's what he told me. That's what. Oh, I haven't told you about the angel. The angel I saw. I never told you about that.
No.
You just poked your head in. You're like, WTF? Where did you go?
Yeah.
So I tell you all about that. When I was there, angel. This is what he said. Blah blah blah. He said this is what happens. This is like we have got like. So when you chased me and tried to get me to come back from the battle in the last session when Benji was playing your character, so I tell you that's the whole reason why I've been making really bad decisions. Which have been,
It's
by
because
the
of
way,
that interaction they had with
yeah. You and I for the last 12 years, super selfish, right? The one thing you counted on was really selfish, loyal to you, loyal to friends, but that's it. And then now it's like,
Yeah, you've been like running into battle and like doing all kinds
so
of
I tell
crazy
you that's
things.
what's going on. All I'm trying to do is not end up as a brick in the wall. Terrible experience.
I throw back
And
another
then-
shot.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
bored
yeah,
of his
he's
tummy.
here. And so I tell you that it's like, why? How? Who is this? What is? Man, there's so many good jokes about that. So what? Yeah.
What is this?
Oh yes, these. How have I never seen you pray to this demon? Is he a demon or is he a devil?
That's a devil.
I assume he's an evil person.
I don't think so.
Can I make a religion check on that?
Yeah. Can I make
yeah,
a religion
go ahead.
check?
You certainly can.
17
20.
plus
I wouldn't consider him evil.
1, 18.
So what do we know about this?
But you're not evil.
So
I don't think I'm evil.
No, you're not evil.
Oh, I know. No, I'm not.
You're
but
selfish.
I have tendencies toward evil.
Yeah. Oh, you do.
Chaotic neutral. That sounds.
Oh,
that's-
simper me, right?
Yeah.
the
Well, yes, except for like soft spot, my sister, my father, things like that. Like
You
Then
telling
I'm
me the
super-
command word of the rug.
never. No.
We're all gonna die.
I pour another shot.
Actually, roleplay that in my head. I was like, if I were to die, like I would pull you close and be like, I'm not telling you about it.
Yeah. Enjoy your tapestry. Yeah. Enjoy your area rug. That's all it's good for.
Yeah.
in my dying breath, I would like to have all three of my ex-wives there at my my deathbed, so that I can tell them all to go.
So, so 18, what'd you roll?
13 plus 7 is 20.
20 and 18 on the religion for dis. D-I-S.
So, you know, it's a common expression. People say, "What in the nine hells?" or things like that. There are 9 different layers of hell, and they all have different names. And one of them is indeed named Dis, named after the lord of that area.
Which level? Layer?
You are not certain which layer.
I asked
it is.
Riven.
Do you tell them?
Riven would tell them.
It would be the second layer.
Not too evil. I see. Not too
But this serves the
Not the
Lord.
deepest layer,
This
though.
serves the Lord.
Well, the Lord is Dispater.
Oh, it's Dispater is who it is.
Yes.
Oh.
And Dis is his domain.
Oh,
That's
okay.
his layer in the nine hells.
How does it work, Riven? Is it like the higher you go, the worse it is, or the lower, is it better? Like, how does it work?
Just have different roles. I don't see it as better or worse.
I see 9 as worse.
I think a lot of people would associate 9 as being the worst, the most evil, the most intense, but I think they just have different
So what is
purposes.
what is
And
the
I
second
would,
layer? What
I
is
would
it?
fill him in with all of the details.
Yeah, I would then quote Dungeon Master's
I would
Guide
then
page.
64.
Yeah,
The first 8 layers.
Dispater.
Yes.
Okay.
The first 8 layers all are designed to be a protection to the 9th layer.
Like I said, worst case scenario.
Where Asmodeus
Oh, that the guy I do know.
resides, who is the god of evil. That is his
Rudy, you're not here. You're getting people off the boat still. He's like, I want to roll a religion check.
Well, he's talking about meditating.
Oh, I see.
Mythos, not having anything to do with what you're doing.
Martha's asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should all go to sleep.
It's 3 in the morning.
Ever the responsible
It's
one.
3 in the morning.
I like how you
I think we're still like getting back to being familiar with these bodies, like not being in the astral plane. So I'm not really.
I burned out all my spells, so I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty-
It is the most Riven / Amber has ever opened up. So I'm that's why I retconned me passing out.
Yeah. That is perfectly fine. Yeah, he's Dissipator is one of the.
Are you
devils.
are you in charge of walking the dogs? Like, what do they do? Like in a kitchen, like this man, he's in charge of the pastries, and he's in charge of the fresh vegetables, and this one's in charge of the meat. Is that how it works? How do you divide the labor? From what I know, the demons are very disorganized, but the demons, the devils, however, are highly organized, and there's roles and
Yes.
hierarchies and things.
Yes,
and so, what do you do
absolutely.
in the second layer? Page 65 of the DMG.
Dissipator. He deals more.
Amber
in,
takes a note to read up on all
Yeah.
this.
He deals more in contract law.
Oh.
So he is probably the devil who is his domain is the go-to where mortals are often making pacts with devils, or they are
Start sweating.
exchanging.
Like, what have I promised to Riven? How have you not written better contracts for our business?
So, do you not recall? This was in this campaign, right? Do you not recall when there was a contract being made in the alleyway, and I got involved?
Yes, I remember.
That's my role. That's a lot of what I do, or what my
So you're like a paralegal.
basically. But so here's the deal. I like to find.
Paralegal.
I like to get to know people. I like to get to know their weaknesses, and then blackmail them or use their weaknesses against them to force them into contracts.
So immediately, it's like Benjen sees, it's like completely asexual. Like, I just see an accountant now. Like, never has Riven ever been less attractive. This is the equivalent of her passing out of
Like there's no
pamphlet, and
actual
I'm like,
emotion anymore. It's
It's
just
cold and corporate.
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
matter of fact. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yes. So.
I don't say anything, but I'm like
So that.
only friend, best friend, right, I've ever had. As sketchy as she is, and she won't tell me what the command word of the rug is. But how did I never know this? I mean, I guess it's just me being naive, is what I would assume. But Benji would just assume he's naive and he should have gone to college.
I think at a
So
certain
again,
point-
I'm not in the recruiting business though, right?
No, but you have horns. It's not like you hide it.
But
I don't know how
that's
many times
half
your
of me.
tail has slapped me on my butt.
Well, that's the human in me.
Mm-hmm.
Likes to play with the tail.
Mhm.
Likes to flick it.
Mm-hmm.
So the human side of me isn't evil. So that's the part that defaults to my loyalty and friendships and things like that.
So if you were to have a child with a human, would it be a tiefling or would it be a human?
Yes.
It'd be both.
Yes.
But is the
Probably
blood
slightly less tiefling.
is the blood diluted after over time, or how does that
I
work?
think it depends on the human's heritage. Possibly. I don't know. I haven't been in the situation.
She has. Her Riven has not been pregnant.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That is the next
call.
question I ask. It's like, and as you assume that's what I'm about to say. Do you have any kids? Like,
I was taken as a slave for many years, so
and usually slaves.
it was not that kind of slavery. It was learning to fight, learning to be an assassin, learning to use weapons, things like that.
Like Red Sparrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot like that.
She's totally gonna kill all of us.
I'm like a dozen. I've never drank before. I don't know how many shots will nail you, but
I'm pretty drunk.
yeah.
You guys want to see my giant snake?
Yep.
It's the natural progression of any alcoholic endeavor.
So in this moment, I feel like it would be a perfect
He
opportunity.
casts a spell as like Benjen stands up to like show his, and he's like, "Oh,
This is what I meant.
yeah." I'm not gonna write that down.
So I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for me to try to use polymorph on your giant snake.
Sure. Let's.
Oh, don't make it any bigger.
Do we have enough room?
I want to make it like a duck.
Do I have enough room here to whip it out?
I don't know how big it is.
So
You never showed us.
I've never seen it.
Her and I have never seen it.
Is the room? I don't know. how
it
big
will fill up all of the space in the room and then start like coiling up on itself if that's
I look at Riven and I just kind of like, as a friend, like in the ear, I'm like, just so you know, this is very abnormal. This is not a human thing.
All right. Well, our bot come out. And
I
put a strap on the
scream because
ground.
I think the whole time I think we're talking about
Not that.
yeah.
You've seen Arbog before.
I haven't.
No.
No one
I
has.
landed on the eagle drops me. I come to and then roll off the ship
No, but
without realizing.
I thought you
it's
saw him when you were trying to pick up the sword. Remember?
Yeah.
He dragged
the
it.
axe.
The axe.
No, we weren't there.
Oh yeah, I did.
For a
Yeah.
little bit,
You were
and
there?
then-
Oh.
That's right. Yeah, I've seen it. Okay, good. It's less awkward.
So you,
Well, you're still drunk,
place
so you still
your
didn't take
staff down and it's Arbok.
Yeah.
Go! And it immediately begins stretching and elongating and enlarging and engorging, and the entire room begins feeling much more cramped and crowded as the snake's body begins filling up the entire space.
This is
around
my
it.
giant snake, Arbok. He's pleased to meet you.
So not to make it any more awkward, but you know I have a thing with mounting animals, right? Like
Oh,
I want to try to ride this giant snake.
Sure.
Is he gonna bite me?
No, he knows you're friendly.
Wait, what
I
happened?
communicate with
No,
him
I don't
directly.
think he
So.
grabbed it.
Your saddle! The saddle you took from the lizard!
It's in the astral.
No, you kept that?
Did we?
Because you don't have your bag of holding anymore.
But no, because remember I emailed you, I'm like, okay, here's my list, what do I have?
Yeah.
Because that was in the bag of holding.
It was.
it was-
No, you wouldn't have been able to fit that in the bag of holding.
So we
It
didn't
was enormous.
specifically say
Right.
that you took it because it's large.
It would be in the wagon that we left at the
The
outside.
wagon.
Oh yes.
Mesa has it.
Messa's
Yes,
riding.
And your bears.
Has
She's
your
riding the
giant-
babies.
And
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not babies. They're not babies anymore. They're 4
Uh-uh.
years old now.
you don't even know the life expectancy of them. Like maybe
No.
they only live like a year or two.
Shit, Mesa probably ate him by now.
She's like,
Something.
to go.
So can I ride it without a saddle? Can I just jump on it?
Yeah, sure.
You
You
can.
can give it a
Okay.
try.
It will
Well,
obey
let's
any
see
of your
what happens.
commands.
Yeah.
And then are you cool with me trying to turn this into something else? Just to see
Oh.
what happens?
Elaborate.
Another
Oh,
creature.
polymorph.
Not
Yeah.
another activity. Another
Yeah.
creature. Got it.
I thought it didn't work though. I thought polymorphing other animals that intelligence scores are too meta. Intelligence scores are
I've
too
never tried it.
No, you're not mad. I bet you this is really what
You're
Evender's
polymorph.
telling you. Like Evender's like, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought you tried to polymorph like some other animal back in the cave. Remember when we were fighting everybody?
It worked though.
It wasn't. It
It
was
didn't do
a
anything.
spirit. I think it wasn't an animal that I tried.
Yeah,
to
can
do.
you polymorph like a
construct?
cricket?
You can polymorph any creature.
Okay.
Okay.
Was it
Is it
staff?
considered a creature?
Or
this
is
thing?
it
I don't know.
construct?
Should we
Yeah.
try it?
Yeah.
It's
It's what it's
considered a
considered.
creature.
Yeah, objects or constructs.
Okay.
What are you trying to turn it into?
What do you want to try? I feel like a duck, like a baby duck.
Well, don't maybe you should ask the snake what he wants to be
Can
turned
you do
into.
that?
The thing is,
I
how many charges do you have
think-
left?
Can you ask? Does he communicate with you?
I asked the snake, what is he? Hey, if you were another animal, what would you want to be?
How many charges left in your polymorph?
Hold on, I need to see.
I feel like it's not gonna answer
Yeah,
because you're drunk
it's
and you
probably
might
like
hear
too
something.
dumb.
Yeah, because-
No, you're a druid, man.
But I mean, like he can't like form like
No,
some
you
complex
speak
thoughts.
druidic.
Staff of the Python.
Yeah, but he won't understand like the concept of transforming. into
I think
something
you
else.
meant to
You
He's
mentally
still an
command the
animal.
snake.
Because you're not speaking. You're just
It
meant to
doesn't
tell.
say that the snake answers you.
This is also a magical beast, though.
Is it a magical snake? as well? Like it's brain?
Yeah, the snake, it's just like a familiar, right?
No.
No, I don't think it's the same thing. I think
He is a stick, and then he turns into a snake. Is he not magical?
He's
I'm getting,
magical.
I'm getting mad at the rules, not anybody.
He still retains all like, his animal properties about him.
Yeah.
You, if the snake is destroyed, then the staff shatters. So
maybe it's a snake that turned into a snake.
normally, like
Maybe.
wondrous figurines that have like if you have like a panther statue and you throw it down and it turns into a panther, then even if that panther is destroyed, it just reverts into what
Statue.
it was. So this snake, however large it is, it follows commands or anything, but it's more. It seems less intelligent than one of those free-thinking creatures that is bound from the
Another world.
Yeah, because he's
So-
a reptile. I know. Like,
If I'm able
too
to,
bright.
if I'm able to polymorph it,
Yeah.
I can polymorph it to like double its size.
Turned into a gigantic creature.
So you can polymorph it into a creature that is of your level of CR. So
Oh, I thought I could make it double.
no, that's a different spell.
Yeah,
Enlarge
that's-
and
Okay, never mind.
We can turn into a duck though if you want to try.
I want to try.
reduce. Okay.
So I'm totally.
As you're
wasting-
doing it, I'm like, I really think that's is the meaning. You could maybe turn it into a mongoose or something.
A mongoose.
A lion. I mean, a duck. I'm sure you're gonna just do whatever you want to do, but
I want a duck.
As you say that, there is a loud cracking noise as the shape of the snake immediately reverts and just shrinks into into this small duck that is there, and it's on the floor of the room, and it's like doing a little duck waddle, walks over to where Evendur
Can I
is.
still communicate with Arbok?
It will follow your commands. Yes.
Well, this is just ridiculous. Now what?
This is ridiculous.
ding.
Well, it worked. It worked.
That totally
So
made me like super happy.
Now, what color is the duck? Is it
just like a regular white
a
mallard.
white duck?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want it to? So, ooh, here's a question. So if you tell it, Arbok, come back or whatever you tell it,
Return.
would it return as a snake stick or as a duck stick?
Okay. Let's figure that out then. I say Arbok return.
Okay. the duck it completely fades out into it turns into kind of this cloudy material and spreads out into the form of the staff, and the staff is indeed the staff of the python once more.
Okay. So
Okay.
Oh, well, that's
it's
just
dispelled it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he had like a duck's head on top.
Yeah.
Like,
Like a
Feathers.
It's a python with a bill.
well,
Okay.
cool. Well, now that we
Lesson
know it
learned.
works, yeah. It can also fly if I cast fly on it. So it'll be a gigantic flying constrictor.
Bear.
Snake. We can do that. I don't know. Can we cast multiple spells? Well, we'll have to figure that out another day.
Next time.
It's only
Yeah,
concentration.
Huh?
If it doesn't have concentration, you can cast multiple stuff.
Okay.
If it
Hashtag
does-
Worth it.
Flies concentrate.
Yeah.
won't work.
So you won't be able to cast it. Someone else casts something on it. Then it will work.
So, my feat that I picked up was linguist.
Nice.
So I learned 3 new languages. Do I just get to pick them?
Yes. Yes, you do.
So I picked Elvish because I'm tired of people speaking Elven around me and I don't understand it.
Ever since you went to that forest realm on the other side.
Yes.
What is everyone talking about? Yeah.
And Primordial because I want to talk to the elements.
Oh.
And Celestial just because it sounds cool. Because I think it's ironic because I'm a demon and I can speak to Celestials.
You speak Infernal though as well,
I
right?
do.
Yeah.
I already speak Common and Infernal.
Certainly. So
And Thieves' Camp.
you are a linguist and you have those abilities. I won't even try and make it narratively make sense. It's just an ability that you have because Dungeons and Dragons. So
I think that obviously Dispater has come and given her, supernatural powers.
So
Or the travelers,
So-
because we've seen all the celestials.
The
Mm.
the devil that you've
Yeah.
seen.
Maybe the Modron teaches it to you. Gizmo.
Yeah.
And you can certainly try.
Yeah.
He just barely learned common though.
Yeah.
The so that devil that you had seen in your vision, that was basically the only devil that you had communication with since this time. I mean, you've spent time researching your past because you wanted to know what your roots were, and that's where you found out that you are somehow tied to the layer of Dis. But,
Let's take our long rest.
Yeah.
Agreed.
so
I want to attune to some magical things that I found.
Ooh. You gonna share that with us?
Nope.
You're going to tune to 3 things.
So, does a long rest? Do you have to sleep during a long rest?
you do.
You have to
Only
rest.
elves are not required to sleep.
How long is a long rest?
8 hours.
So if I
Unless you're
sleep,
Benjen, in which case it's 10.
if I sleep like if I sleep like 6 hours instead of 8 hours, what happens?
You do not get the full benefits of a long
spells don't
rest.
come
Don't
back.
get
What do you need?
exhausted.
I was gonna copy down Dispel Magic. I gotta finish copying that down.
Oh.
Remember the book I took from the familiar?
Oh yeah, because it's coming back tomorrow.
Yeah. So I gotta spend 4 more hours writing this down. So I think I might have to stay up.
We have
Pull
to
an
stay up.
all-nighter.
By the time we wake up, it'll be 11ish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I stay in the inn.
It'll be later because y'all are
Oh,
talking.
this is where we had rooms though. Was
Yeah.
Freya's in? Okay, yeah. I stay there and I start cooking breakfast when I get up. Like a
So,
brunch. Some
Benjen, you
guacamole.
wake up
Our avocados in season.
and the
Sorry.
and hold your head. There's the cool morning air is greeting you, and when you sit up, you look around and you see only just the vast city around you, and you have somehow gotten on top of the broken tower and were asleep up there. Somehow that happened during the night.
hey, did
I
we
was in
not?
my room.
We didn't put you back to bed.
I think we
It's
did.
Very irresponsible.
Or I think we all just went
Okay.
our separate ways from the
You
bar.
come-
Just left him there.
How bad is my head?
It is very beautiful. The light from the morning. It's now 3.
Do I have
so it's
a-
like 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all taking a
Does
long
it-
rest.
Does it if you have a hangover, if you drink more, does it go away?
Technically, yes, but it will come back with an even worse pain than before.
You gotta chug a lot of water.
Yeah, because you have to basically rehydrate yourself.
You're basically
Yeah, I need some
dehydrated,
orange
which is why you
juice.
have
Is
a
there a
headache.
D&D version of Advil?
Yeah, I stumble over to Freya's tavern.
So, yeah, you look down.
How is there not a spell for that, guys?
You
Seriously.
Uh,
like a vendor would have
There is
something
a
like
cleric.
that.
Can I try?
Yeah, it will be restoration.
Am I wakey this time?
Yes, everyone is awake now.
Alright.
You have a medallion on you.
Oh,
It has
He doesn't know where it came from?
He doesn't know where it came from.
at this point, I'm just gonna start collecting them.
It's held like a leather strap that's holding it around your neck.
If it's Despater, I'm gonna freaking die.
Jump off.
Yeah.
Jump off.
Converted.
End me now.
Hold on.
I think it's hell.
That's what I would think, but that'd be like really irresponsible for like my ordination or my baptism to occur when I'm wasted.
You still
The
remember it.
emblem that is on there is of a left hand pointing upward,
Mm-hmm.
outlined in fire.
Do I recognize it?
Not off the top of your head. You can certainly roll a religion check to see if you know what it is.
12.
It doesn't look like it's definitely religious in nature, but you don't know how you got it or why it's around your neck.
Let me take a look at it later.
Yeah, I is it Helms?
There's no one
It
with
is
you?
not Helms.
You're by yourself?
Helms is the
Oh.
left hand of a gauntlet
With the
and has
eye.
an eye on it.
I take it off and I'm like, did I steal this from him? I should not have drank any of that stuff. All right.
Yeah.
I go over to make some breakfast.
So, I didn't take my full rest. I spent 4 hours copying the rest of the spell magic down.
Ooh, boy. Okay. All right. So you have.
I got spell slots and HP, so should be okay.
Sure.
That sounds
You
like
have
your
one
unseen parents could help
level
you.
of exhaustion.
Okay.
So you'll have disadvantage on ability checks until you take.
Because that's something.
Oh my god, I didn't think that through.
It's okay.
did
We're
spend-
going to stay for another day.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah. So yeah, you begin making breakfast, and everyone in the town gets up and goes right back at it. Demitri attempts to raise the ship up just to see if it will, but it does not go up.
I
at
see
all.
him.
Is
Martha stops
Gizmo
him.
with him?
Gizmo
Is
is
he
with
getting Gizmo to help him out?
Gizmo is there, and he's on the ship with him, and
Have they made up?
It's not that he's not cordial to him. It's when Evendur's around, he defers to Evendur's judgment. But now that Evendur has not been around him for some time, he is now listening to Demitri and what Demitri is asking him to do. So
Martha's gonna tell Demitri to get away from the steering wheel. I remember last time.
Oh yeah, good call.
if that is what you would like, I am here to help. And he goes back over to organizing the different piles that are on top of the deck of the ship. And the townsfolk have begun. They have finished their collection of the bodies and have placed them into a pile and are ready to start the pyre of the funeral pyre. That's probably the best thing that they're going to be able to do for these people and their bodies. They collect whatever valuables that they have and have them on them and begin sewing the sails in mass. And it'll probably take them the rest of this day in order to get the sails there and then able to affix them to the boat. And
Okay. Are they gonna put him up? They're gonna.
they can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, there are only 30 surviving people apparently in the town.
Success. Yay.
Saved. And the majority of them are children.
Oh.
So
Like babies and
there
5-year-olds
are
or...
like 2 babies, there are a few toddlers, then the rest of them are majority of
teenagers.
like 8 to 13 there.
Mm.
Then there are a few mothers. There are the 10 able-bodied men who were surviving from the town. One woman was among the soldiers that was able to successfully fight off the attackers, along with the help of Benjen and Martha and everyone. And there hasn't been any sign in the surrounding area. Like they have been trying to keep a watch in the surrounding area of any activity of people coming in, and there have not been. It can be the crew minus the babies. Says Demitri.
I go take breakfast to Evendur. I can't remember your character's name. And then I show him the symbol.
Oh man, where'd you get that?
I don't know. I also woke up on the tower.
Well, I'm gonna make a religion check on that.
Have you been up all night?
Yes.
Well,
Well,
could you
for
not
4
have kept
hours.
an eye out for me, for crying out loud? I could have swallowed.
Sorry, I didn't. We kind of separated,
Well, you can make it up to me. I mean, I already owe you for the sword, but what is this thing? I
So you
found
don't
this.
need to even make a religion check.
Oh, okay.
It is the holy symbol of Azuth, the god of wizards.
Sounds. Ooh, so I know that immediately. Like,
Yeah.
That is it magical in nature?
It doesn't feel like it has any magic to it.
It's just a pendant.
So did you
I do
have a
not
good
take
night, or
it
did
back.
the wizard have a good night?
I'm kind of like soreness. No. I don't take the holy symbol back, and I slap him on the shoulder, and I say, "Well, when you're done taking a nap, we'll come get you when we leave."
Okay.
And I don't take the symbol back, and I leave.
Yo, so you gave it to me?
Yeah, I don't want that.
You left it.
All right. Thanks.
So you now have a holy symbol of Azuth.
I guess I'll put it on then. Holy symbol of Zeus.
And as I'm leaving, I'm like, you might want to check with Rathmus if it was his. Just as an idea.
Alright. I'll be sure to ask him then.
Yeah, Rasmus is using magic to try and assist with any of the tasks that are being done, and he's also using his magic to try and keep a watch in the surrounding area for any creatures that are moving back through. And the day passes in an exhausting fashion. It's broken only by the monotony of occasional drinks and eating, but for the most part, people aren't really talking. They're just keeping to their tasks, their grim task of collecting their dead and gathering their things before they say farewell to their town forever.
I will try to feed the town with my gourmand feet, which will take forever, actually. Because it's an hour for 6 people, I think.
Well, so...
But that gives them...
5 hours.
Yeah, but it gives them... I mean, by the time breakfast is over, then lunch... Well, actually, it's already lunch, so I just work on dinner.
Certainly. So
And I'm asking everybody that I see if they've seen any sign of Freya.
yes, people have not yet found her body among the dead, and and again, people haven't really spent that much time going out into the woods to try and find anybody. They've just mostly been working on it, on what they can control, because they're not certain if you guys are going to be leaving.
So, where's Demitri? Is he with us?
He's at the ship.
Demitri was on the ship, but he has not, as of yet, told me what he would like to do.
Okay. So I want to. Where's everybody else? So are we all together, like in the tavern eating breakfast?
Yeah.
I mean, you
still
can assume
napping.
Dimitri would probably come and find you guys. It would be
So I want to talk about the plan going forward.
I'm gonna be on the ship. She's gonna try some shrooms.
Martha's?
Again.
She only does this when no one's around.
That's very dangerous.
She's trying
On a floating
she's
ship.
trying to contact Patron again. See.
Got it. Okay.
Patron, are you a warlock now?
No. Okay.
I feel super boring. Like, all I did was level up as a fighter. Oh, you're still...
I'm pretty boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're,
So
you rogue or a...
Rogue.
Yeah,
Full
assassin.
rogue.
you go into one of the empty rooms in the bottom deck of the ship for privacy reasons.
I gotta figure out the name. I don't know its name.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So.
You should have left the blood there if you were going to, like, do an incantation.
It happened when I was dying.
Oh, is that what happened for you?
Yes. Okay.
I thought it was... You said Ilmater. Weren't you like a worshipper of Ilmater? Like a brand? Oh, sorry about it. Okay, I get it.
All right.
Sorry.
So, you choose to fail your Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
All right. So you get high.
Choosing to fail.
and yeah, get the mushroom ready and put it in your mouth, and the euphoric feeling that you got the first time that you used comes and washes over your body, and you're sitting there and you have the scimitar out in front of you, and the scimitar begins having that shadowy presence on it, begins growing and growing until it encompasses you, and the entire room is filled with this dark, smoky fog, and through the fog you feel this connection to this distant presence that is reaching to your consciousness, and it says, "Hello again."
We didn't get to talk much last time. Who are you?
I am one who is here to help.
Here to help. I know you helped. I know you helped me last time to come back from the brink of death, but I just want to know who I'm talking to.
So you you feel that your presence is there, but your body has somehow left you. You are in some type of an ethereal form of yourself, standing in this smoky nothingness, and in front of you, the darkness forms and the shape of a man. He is very handsome in features and has long dark hair down to his shoulders, and he looks like a human, but you get the sense that he is something greater or beyond that of a mere mortal. And he stands before you, and his eyes are a deep sea blue, and he is there standing before you. This is me.
Well, I know these contracts don't come without a cause. So, what is your price?
It'd be awesome if it was Riven making a deal with you.
He'll worry about the price later.
There are things that I can do for you from where I am, but there are things that I need you to do for me from where you are.
Give me examples?
My power is it's being held back in this place. And I need you to help me to find a way to weaken the binds that are around me, that are keeping me in this realm.
Can I see if he's lying?
Sure,
Trying to
go ahead and make an
trick me?
insight check.
Trying to trick me. Seven.
7. Sounds like he's telling the truth.
Does he roll
You
with
sign up
advantage because he's known Riven for so long? Half truths.
You you get the sense that you might need to, like, you're asking questions, you're asking the wrong questions, and you're getting more vague answers.
So where are these bindings that I need to go to?
There is a being from the Nine Hells that is holding me in this place. I know that she specifically has worked with agents on the prime material plane to create seals of power. I'm not sure if I'm the only one that's being held here, but I need these seals unattached. I'm not certain what they are, but I need them to leave so that I can once again give my music to the universe.
That doesn't sound too bad.
What if it's like Kenny G? You're not talking about Led Zeppelin or Metallica. You're not talking about.
Which one of the Lords of the Nine Hells are holding you back?
It's page 65.
The ninth level, yeah. So it means it's really good, right?
Yeah.
The person being trapped by a bad guy is a good guy, right? That's how it works. Or it's even a worse guy.
Yeah,
Probably
that's what
worse.
I'm.
Yeah.
It's bagpipes. That's what he wants to play. That's why or an accordion. Yeah.
It's just the cowbell.
Tejano music, cowbell.
Yeah.
Now that,
Triangle.
yeah, totally.
Need to release it.
Those... she is known as Glacia,
It's Riven's mom.
and she has, well, tricked us into being bound into this place.
How do you spell glass?
Glasya.
That's closer and better than what I spelled it. So is there a, do you have any hints of where the bindings are, or?
I would only recommend, if you could, the best way to pursue it would be to try and find a cultist or any person who is working actively with the devils. I know that there are people in the prime material plane who
Don't look at
can
me.
reach out and contact those who might have information regarding the whereabouts of these seals, but it isn't something that is commonly known to purveyors of regular worship of deity.
Perfect, I can change forms, I can just pretend to be cultists. So, is that, once I free you, is that all?
If you're able to remove one of these seals, I would be strengthened and able to increase the power that I can provide you.
Or not, and everything's totally
Yeah.
status quo.
Exactly.
What? I can totally live forever.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have that many characters, man.
Yeah, how do you know this is a good
Said
thing?
Riven the
Good thing.
Tiefling.
She's not here.
Oh yeah, neither am I, so I'll shut up. You're right.
I'm in my drug, my
Yeah,
drug room.
officer.
So I'll try my best and try to fulfill your requests.
What is this? Who is this guy?
He is a human with sea blue eyes and long dark hair.
And plays music. Perfect.
And yeah, when he reaches his hand forward to shake hands with you.
I reach back.
His complexion.
All right.
Color is his hair.
He is somewhat tanned, as if he had seen a bit of sun in his time. Very ruggedly handsome, and when your fingers touch and meet his form, the sound of a perfectly composed ballad begins playing in your mind, and the tempo continues, and you now have the ability to always know what time it is, no matter where you are, because you are able to continue that tempo in your head, and you are able to perfectly recall how much time has passed.
Even in the astral sea?
Anywhere you go, because you are able to, because of that connection that you have had with this person.
And did I spend a minute talking to him?
It has not been a minute, no.
Oh, rats, I gotta try this out. Gotta try this out. So, thank you for the boon. Felt a boon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any other way than taking drugs to contact you?
If you reach within the weapon that I have bestowed upon you, I will not be too far away. It took a bit of my essence to forge the weapon and to give it to you, but that is the best method to reach to me. So focus on the blade.
And in case I need to call.
Have we seen her scimitar, by the way?
No.
Okay.
In case I need to reach out to you, what is your name? Stone 7. Stone 7.
You may call me Melile.
Yeah.
How do you spell it? Melile.
I'm gonna say Mal Lyle, that's what's going
I mean, you don't want to unbind the wrong Malile,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
I don't want to actually be.
is this
talking to the wrong
Malile
person.
from San Antonio or
Yeah.
Malile from like New Braunfels?
I don't want to reach out to the wrong person.
Yeah.
They might mess up the plans. Like, oh, I broke your binding seal, Malile.
Dude, there's so much like here's Riven's back history, and here's your. This is awesome.
Yeah, he. So after he says Malile, like he smiles, and then the connection of reaching out separates, and you come back to yourself in the boat, and it has been several hours that you have been there, even though it only felt like it was less than a minute that you were actually in speaking with this person. So it is almost nighttime by the time you come to your senses. And Demitri turns into an eagle and flies high above.
Has he told us that he does that yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We saw him.
Sorry.
I told Gizmo before I left. I looked down for Martha, it smelled like mushrooms, so I left. I turn into a Russian eagle and I fly off in direction of giants. So he's flying in the direction of where the
Russian eagle.
forces had fled. And after a couple of hours, he's high enough above the mountain where it's exceptionally cold where he is, but it's fine because he's a giant eagle. Looking down, he sees an encampment where there are a few frost giants among these ogres and orogs and goblins, and they're all there kind of in a collective where there's different huts and tents that have been set up, and there's fires going, and there are animals that are cooking, and well, hopefully they're animals.
It's like a boot on one of the spigot. Like,
Totally an animal.
Yeah.
Totally an animal.
Who knows at this point? But looking down upon them, it looks like there is a meeting or some type of a council of different tribes that are together, that are talking, because there's one circle where there are...
it's probably like a PTA meeting, I bet.
Probably a PTA meeting. It's probably nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I wouldn't sweat.
So...
Yeah.
So as soon as he gets that information, I'm not sure if he's there. What would you like to do, spying?
He takes shrooms right there.
Giants. It's hard to say. It's hard to say with what Demitri would do. I'm good with like everyone else's characters. I kind of know what you guys would do. Hard to say with Demitri.
Good call.
Just take the first option and then change it 6 times and then.
Yes.
Yeah. He might join
Safe
up with
bet.
it. I don't know.
So I would say he would probably want to get close, but he wouldn't want to get close enough to where he was actually in danger. And if he got closer, the only thing that he would be able to see more would be that there are 2 different... Oh, you do speak giant, okay. There are 2 different giants that are seated in the circle. There are ogres that are there. The orogs apparently are not inside the circle. They're not speaking with anyone. They're not, I guess they don't have a representative. So yeah, you'd like to stay safe. And what would look good to eat for a giant eagle? So I'm going to say you probably wouldn't want to get close.
Oh, I was gonna say.
He flies close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gets close enough to see that there are 2 different giants, and then there is one. So those are blue-skinned giants, and there is even one red-skinned giant that is there. That is a part of the circle as well. And interestingly enough, there are even green-skinned giants that are out walking amongst the small force that's there. But the discussion looks heated, and it looks like the red-skinned giant has a bit of temper, and he, after some time of arguing and yelling, picks up one of the rocks that's by him and just throws it, and it goes and it smashes a group of goblins that's sitting off on the other side of the
Poor
fort.
goblins. Can't catch a break.
They got it the worst. They are the lowest of the food chain.
Nobody likes them.
So, yeah, after seeing that, he flies back, and it's about a day's journey away from where you guys are. But because he was an eagle, he was able to fly over all of that forest and mountain and get a good vantage point from the air. So it only took him several hours, whereas it would have taken a day's journey to get there.
Does he tell us this?
I think he hasn't recovered.
He
Oh, sorry.
is going to return for dinner time. And
So
being
would it-
Rudy, do you tell?
Would it have been the same people who attacked us? I mean, they would have had to travel through the night to get back. Does he recognize any of the ones at all who maybe attacked us? Are they back yet or no?
It looks like this is that group.
Okay, so they traveled through the night. Okay,
Yeah.
or there's a shortcut, which means that Rudy'd be right. They could easily come back if they wanted to.
So, you have prepared a great feast for the town.
It's like bread and water.
There's enough raw
I'm gonna roll.
material.
I'm gonna roll. Do I have enough time to? So can I have advantage or no?
Yeah. You did this all day.
I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Melted
not that
snow,
good.
we have melted snow.
Yeah, it's not that
and
good.
bark.
Yeah,
There's enough raw materials for you to make a peasant's feast.
it's to the point now where like I'm looking for like I just put alcohol in everything.
Well, they probably already packed up a lot of the goods.
There's enough for the journey to the nearest settlement via airship. After
I don't think we're going there.
Not today.
At
No,
the end of the day, when you try again, the airship is able to slowly start rising, but it doesn't get up to the same height. It won't go as high as it was. Apparently, it has not fully regenerated in the day's time.
Have you tried? Because you can speak to the elements, right?
No, I can't.
Oh,
But
you
Yeah.
can't. So I want to try to talk to the elements to see if they can give us a hint.
Okay, what would you like to say?
I'd like to ask them if they know how we can get this ship running again.
So you go towards it on the ground, or you on the airship? It's like a circle that goes around.
I want to be on the top deck.
Okay, yeah. So you reach out and begin speaking in the tongue of Primordial. And what did you say again? Sorry.
I want to ask them if they, well, before I go too far with my conversation, I want to ask them if they can give us any hints or tips on how to get the airship moving.
And when you reach out, the voice that comes back to you,
It's just crushing you out.
I know,
Is
they're
this-
just angry.
You can't say it. You can't say it.
it's this angry rage, but as soon as it hears your voice speaking to it, it yells back in a confused voice. I must consume.
So that allows me to ask them what I really want to ask them. Why are you guys so angry? What must you consume?
Release us so that we can be free.
Help me know how to do that.
We were imprisoned. I am not sure. We need to be free to consume.
To consume what?
To consume.
Well, if you're not going to answer my questions, then I'm going to pretend like this conversation never happened.
But now you'll always hear them. Consume.
Zeus frees him. No, it's not from Hercules. Okay.
I
Yeah.
assume you're trying to consume souls.
The
That's all I can think of. I don't know.
There's all these dead bodies.
Yeah, you can consume those.
yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say what.
Is there another element?
There's the air.
Can I talk to your
Elementals
manager?
me? Yeah. We'll go one of the blue
He's
ones.
Hold while we get a customer service representative.
Yeah, could be on hold for a long.
One of the
time.
water elementals. That would be helpful.
So it is apparently an air,
Oh, air.
wind, and a fire elemental that have been mixed inside this that are creating this massive swirling vortex that needs to consume.
How can I help you get out?
Yes.
How do I do that?
Break the wizard's bond.
Break the wizard's pond?
Bond.
She's screwing with the elemental now.
Take
Pond,
me
there's
to
no-
this pond.
I see no pond.
Look, don't get an attitude with me, okay?
Yeah,
That's what Riven's-
so here's the deal. I'm cool with doing that. I don't know who
She
you guys
speaks
are.
totally fluent, right?
Yeah.
She knows slang.
I'm
You
cool
say
with
cool
like,
and elemental.
it's probably offensive to them, to the
Yeah.
heat, to the
Oh,
fire elements.
good point.
Yeah.
How dare you? No.
Yeah.
So
You
I would
know
love to
me.
help you, but here's the deal: I can't do it at the expense of my team. I need to know how to operate this airship so that we can set you guys free.
It is a place that has bound us. We must be freed.
Yep, got it. But how do I operate this ship?
Break the wizard's bond.
Okay.
So I'll be coming up.
Are we all there or?
I don't know.
I don't know where you.
I think I
guys
just
are.
went up to go ask him. I was like,
I'll be coming up from the
let's go see if
ship
they can help.
now.
Right.
I'll
Dinner
have
time. Yeah. So you're up there on deck. Martha comes out from the below deck.
So, I don't know if I told you this, but I can actually speak to the elementals. I asked them if they had any idea of how to operate this airship, and he just keeps talking about like going fishing at the wizard's pond or something. I don't know. It's it's very frustrating. He won't give me any straight answers, so
I don't know what that means either.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
For
where
the
this
first
pond
time,
is.
Martha's like, I got my own stuff. I'm working on it.
Yeah, and roll an insight check.
Oh. Nah. 2. Plus whatever I have.
Yeah, you're dealing with your own stuff too.
Yeah.
You don't have
Yeah, don't care.
All right, Rudy does not tell anyone he wants to do it next session, if he does it at all. So, yeah, Rudy flies back into town, and the feast goes underway. There is bread. There is small cakes.
Yeah.
Small. No frosting.
Definitely not seconds.
Definitely not second for anyone. There is enough for everyone to feel fully fed, though.
Good. And you all have +2 hit die and advantage on
Poison.
disease.
Disease, that's it.
Is it
Constitution
common
saving
knowledge that we know that tieflings deal with the 9 hells? Is it a common knowledge or no?
Riven said that to Benjen and Evendur last night.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking if it's
If
common
you bring it
knowledge.
up, I'm gonna be like, hey, dude.
Is that,
I don't think it's common knowledge.
We shared, I think, only between Benjen and Evendur. So the the feast begins underway. The sail is almost completely finished. It still requires some rigging, and they are using different lengths of rope that they have throughout the town that they are lashing together to get it so that it will work for the mast and as a sail. So we will pick up there next week
Okay.
on Dungeons and Dragons.
Where is this pond?